Hello, welcome to my stream. Tonight we'll be playing more of RollerCoaster Tycoon Deluxe, and after playing Rotting Heights, I will also be playing some Transistor. I know I have finished the game last weekend, but I'm still missing some challenges. Hopefully they won't take me forever to finish them. I think it's only like 4 challenges. But yeah, that's the plan for tonight. We'll be taking down one level in here and then finishing the challenges of Transistor. So then maybe in the upcoming weeks or in the upcoming Fridays, we may be able to go back to our old plans of playing 2 levels of RollerCoaster Tycoon in one single stream. Of course, that depends on how the stream is going on. It also depends if the first level that we are playing is an easy one or not. But it's possible for us to go back to play 2 levels at once. Especially since we are almost finishing the levels of this first expansion pack. We are missing 8 levels it seems, and then tonight we are taking down another one hopefully, so it's going to be only 7 left for us to finish, and then we'll be able to move on to loopy landscapes levels that are going to be new to me. So yeah, let's see how this level for today is going to be like. Hopefully it won't be too bad, because the level from last Friday, which was Utopia Park, was awesome. It was beautiful, simple, no stress. I can't say it was like super easy, but definitely easier than the other ones we were playing. So hopefully this one is going to be good, although the name of it's a bit depressing. Rotting Heights? That doesn't sound too good. But actually, the objective is not bad. What's the trick in here? Maybe everything's like looking super trashed and destroy the node, but the objective is not bad. Overgrown and dilapidated. Can you resurrect this once great amusement park? I will. I will do my best to resurrect it. And hey, Early, how's it going, man? You're doing all right? You're glad it's the weekend? Yeah, man. Nice to hear that. Is it doing any good weather in there for you to do some plans outside or anything special like that? In here, it's very cold, but I'm enjoying it a lot. There was also some rainy days and I got soaked thanks to the rain, but honestly, I don't mind it. It made me feel great. I actually had a very good week, even though not all the plans were the way I was expecting them to be. But I was very happy this week. I really like this week. I'm also excited for this weekend because I have been enjoying the games I have been streaming a lot, especially Tales of Symphonia. That game has been getting better and better the more I play it. So yes, I'm also really excited for this weekend. Not to mention that we are getting E3, right? We are getting E3 as well. I think some companies may start their presentation this weekend, but I'm really excited for Nintendo next week. I believe on Wednesday, if I'm right. The weather has been beautiful today, nice man, and yesterday and the weekend should be too. It's been around 22 degrees Celsius. That sounds awesome for Vermont, and hopefully you can do some things outside, maybe with your kids, maybe with your wife, maybe with your cats, or maybe even by yourself. Sadly, no one to climb with tomorrow outside, but maybe Sunday. Yes, man, I hope you can go for the rock climbing then. I miss doing some trekking or doing some trails. It's been a long time since I last have done those, but I have been walking around the city a lot, and it's very enjoyable for you to do those activities while listening to music. So I'm happy that you now will also be doing something with nature, something more connected to nature, right? It's very good for us to do those things. And I do hope you can get some company for Sunday. So let me start the level. I'm a little bit late today because Twitch was having a problem. For some reason, the chat was broken. So when I was doing the testing before starting the stream, the chat was not working. And then I was like, okay, I need to check what's happening. And then Twitch was down for some reason. So I was waiting for things to return to normal. And then we can go on. Yeah, Twitch chat was broken all over Twitch. I was watching a friend of mine that was still streaming even though the chat was broken, but then suddenly the chat returned to normal. So thank goodness it wasn't taking too long for them to fix it. It was only an hour late to me. I was actually planning to like do my best to finish my streams today soon, because I do want to try finishing the stream soon. But even with this an hour delayed, or even with this delayed hour, I think I'll be alright. I still think I'll be able to finish this park without major problems, hopefully, and finish the challenges of Transistor, and I hope those things won't take too long. There is a friend of mine that has been playing Pokemon, and it's like one of his first times ever playing Pokemon, so I really want to go check his streams. And then he'll be playing more of it today. So are you excited for E3 early? I'm not sure if you were excited about the recent news we had in gaming. For example, I was just talking about Pokemon, but I'm not sure if you like Pokemon. If I remember it right, you don't like Pokemon, but I'm not sure. But yes, we had the Pokemon Direct this week. Today we also got some news regarding Yooka-Laylee. We are going to have a new game of Yooka-Laylee. Wait. Oh my god, this park is really destroyed. Okay, so we do have rides, but they are old, right? No, they are not old. They're just broken. I see. So mechanic. Then security guards. That's good. I was expecting those rides to be old. But if they're just broken, we can fix them and then it's going to be alright, right? It's not like a previous park we played once that everything was like 50 years old, so nobody would like to go to them. You don't dislike Pokemon, but you're not excited for it either. Have you played some Pokemon games early? I was mixed feelings with the last direct. There were things that I liked. For example, the new Pokemon. I really like the new Pokemon, especially the sheep one. But I didn't like the new mechanic. The new mechanic was kind of dumb in my opinion, and they made such a mystery regarding it that I was expecting something more exciting. But in the end, it was not exciting. It was like, seriously, that's what they are doing now with the franchise? So I was a little bit down with the new mechanic, but it's also not enough to make me hate the game. I still think the game is going to be great. But I was expecting something better. Man, okay, fixing this path may be a bit painful. Let's choose a path. Let's pick the central one, okay? You know what? Let me get rid of scenery. Maybe that helps me to see the path. Okay, it needs to connect there and up here. I believe that roller coaster is also broken or it doesn't work, so I may need to get rid of it. You have only played Red and Blue? Oh man. Things have changed a lot. This friend of mine has been playing the remake of Pokemon Red and Blue. Or actually, I should say Pokemon Red and Green, right? Because he has been playing Leaf Green. And I think it is a very good game for you to start. But things have changed a lot since then. Oh, and wait, do you play Pokemon Go? Wait a minute. I didn't know you played Pokemon Go. Do you still play it or have you stopped playing it? If you still play it, we should add ourselves because I still play Pokemon Go. Oh, wait, you haven't played it anymore? Okay, yeah. Most people that I talk about Pokemon Go have been telling me that. Hi, Pilot, how's it going, man? The only valid place to start is Pokemon Yellow. Yellow was one of my favorite Pokemon games to play as a kid for sure. But I recommended this friend of mine to start with the remake, Pokemon Leaf Green. I wasn't sure if he was too picky regarding graphics, so I told him to start with Leaf Green. Also because Leaf Green will have some new mechanics that were introduced in the franchise starting in the third generation. For example, the abilities, also the natures of your Pokemon, those sort of things. So I thought it was a better place to start because it would have more features for the person to get used to that are commonly seen in the games today. And then if the person started with the originals, red, blue, yellow, those mechanics would not be there, so the person could feel a little bit more lost regarding the new mechanics. There is a Dragon Quest game coming out that's like Pokemon Go. I didn't know that. I knew or I have heard about a Harry Potter game that's going to be like it. Dragon Quest Walk. So it's not by Niantic, right? I don't think this one is going to be by Niantic. I wonder who's behind the game then. You're doing good, man. You got a couple hours off this afternoon. You have been enjoying Alaska? Nice, man. Has it been freezing cold in there? It's been very cold in here. I mean, very cold, right? Because I'm talking to people that are used to such cold weathers that I can't even compare my weather to yours. But I was freezing on Wednesday. I was freezing in the museum here because sudden rain started to happen, and then there were some very cold winds as well. But of course, those things were not compared to your cold. But I was really freezing. I have no resistance to anything that's below 20 degrees Celsius. So I was like freezing in there. I even told my friends that, oh my god, I need to go to the university, but I'm here freezing in the museum. But thank goodness I did it. The rain was not too strong, but it was cold. And yeah, the day was even great, even though I got soaked, even though I froze. But I had a good day. I don't mind that much to be under the rain or those things. I was a bit worried about the cold winds, but I don't know. There is something about storms and uh, rain and those things, or even some windy days as well. That those days they make you feel more alive for some reason. I know I'm kind of exaggerating it, but I'm not those people that simply avoid their best those things. I mean, I will be careful, of course, but I don't mind if I'm outside and then suddenly we need to face something like that. I will be looking horrible because I'm going to be completely soaked. My hair is going to be also crazy looking. My clothes will be completely destroyed and dirty. But I feel so great when I'm dealing with those things or when I'm living one of those days because I don't know, they feel different from normal and regular days, and I think that's good. It is a Square Enix game, I see. But when are they planning to release it early? Is it going to take them some more time for them to release it, or is it coming out this year? Maybe they are still working on it because I was kind of surprised I haven't heard of it. But still, I'm not a big Dragon Quest fan. I still need to play my first game of Dragon Quest. Let me change the inspection time for everything in here. Pilot, when are you back to Canada? I have been watching some videos about Canada recently because I follow some YouTubers and they have been in Canada or they have been visiting Canada. One of them was in Vancouver and the other one was in Ontario. So I was seeing some things in there, and one thing caught my attention. It seems that Ontario has the biggest underground shopping mall of the world or something like that. I thought that was amazing, like an underground shopping mall. I wonder how it looks like. Have you ever been there, Pilot? You think it is coming out this year? Oh, I'm not surprised it's coming out first in Japan because Japan is a huge um, they really love Dragon Quest, right? The fans in there are crazy for Dragon Quest, if not more than Final Fantasy. At least that's what I have heard. So I'm not surprised it's coming out in there. But yes, I was watching those videos about Canada, and then Ontario has the biggest underground shopping mall of the world. I was like, an underground shopping mall? That's awesome. I don't think I have ever been to one like completely underground like that. And then it's because it's super cold during the winter and stuff. It is called West Edmonton Mall. It used to be the largest mall in the. Oh wait, the largest? Like not only underground, but the largest? It's being supplanted by Mall of America. Oh yeah, Mall of America is in Minnesota, right? Minnesota. Yes, that's another video that I remember watching once. And this YouTuber was talking about, oh, today we're going to visit the biggest mall of America, and then it's in Minnesota. Is it the biggest one in the world? Yeah, it is the largest one in the world. And then there is one in China as well. You have two giant underground shopping malls. The biggest is in Ontario, which you haven't been to. And the other one is interesting. It's a series of underground malls that are connected in Montreal. It's not the largest, but part of what they call the underground city. I think it must be so awesome to be visiting such things. Of course, it's kind of sad that the outside is super cold, so people need to go underground to protect themselves from the cold weather. But it can also be great. Like it amazes me that we were able to develop such technology to have great things underground, you know? I really would love to visit those things. Or an underground shopping mall. I can't even imagine one of those things in here. You should visit Montreal. You may not live that far away from it, right, Early? If you visit Montreal, try to visit this shopping mall that Pilot is talking about. I would love to go to one of those. By the way, I need to check the research. I don't want ride improvements, I don't want scenery and teamy. I may not need roller coasters right now, I think. Oh yes, I definitely don't need roller coasters right now, so we are good. Do I have food? I don't have food stalls. So let me get something that people can buy to eat. But right now I'm still organizing things in here since this park is completely destroyed and messed up. And we are not getting visitors because our park rating is horrible. So we still have some time before worrying about building the stalls. Yeah, look at this roller coaster. This is completely destroyed, but I kind of like it. It's called the Phantom. This is awesome. This is actually the first time that I see a roller coaster being used not as a coaster, but being used as a decoration. It's very creative. Where, what else am I missing? I'm missing this. Let me remove the scenery again. I will also be fixing the things. Montreal is a wonderful visit, like a small slice of Europe in North America. It's just a few hours by car. Come on, or you can go there. My sister, she traveled right now to the south region of Brazil. It's a place that nobody in my family has ever been to. So my sister is down there enjoying the cold weather, visiting some wine companies or wine houses. I don't know how to describe it because my sister loves wine. And yeah, she's now enjoying the coldest region of Brazil, the south region. I do want to go there at some point, but I would prefer visiting other places than the ones that she traveled to. My sister went to the very, very bottom of the south region. I would prefer visiting some other cities that are a little bit closer to my region. I live in the southeast region, but I'm happy that at least someone in my family was able to travel there. We have never been there, but she may also be suffering a little bit because of the cold weather, especially because it is winter in here. Or maybe not, or maybe the cold weather in there is like perfect for the place and it feels cozy, it feels charming, it feels comfortable. Okay, let me see through scenery again. Yes, we need our mechanics to be fixing the rides. What is even this? Is this like a graveyard in the, in the exit of the Ferris wheel? The safest park in the country? Because there is nobody here. So, pilot, are you staying in Alaska until when? You also have your enhanced driver's license now, which acts as a valid passport when entering Canada. That's good, man. That's great. You have been to Canada before, right? 2 more weeks in Alaska? Oh wait, you visited only when you were in middle school? Come on. What's wrong? Let's visit Canada more. Early, have you been like abroad? Have you ever been to other countries besides Canada? But have you ever, I don't know, traveled to Europe maybe? I know Pilot knows the entire world by this time, so I'm not asking him that. But I'm now curious to know if you have ever traveled abroad. Oh, you did? You have been to Bermuda, Scotland, and England. Those are some very good places to visit. Pilot has been to Scotland recently. There is a person in my English course that's going to be traveling to Scotland in some months, I believe in September. I kind of feel a little bit depressed when I'm talking about those things with people from my English course because everyone travels a lot, like everyone travels abroad a lot, and I have never been in other country. Even the young people from the English course, they have been to so many beautiful places, and I'm still in here. I could never leave my country. So it makes me feel a little bit depressed. First, I should get a passport because I don't have a passport. You haven't traveled as an adult though? Turns out it's expensive when you have a family of four. I know, man, but can't you like do some, I don't know, ask for the rest of your family to take care of those of the kids for some time, and then you can finally travel, even though if it is a short travel. There are ways. I know it's hard, and it's easier said than done. But don't give up, man. Don't give up yet. You can find some answers or some options. And even when it's not too far away, for example, you can try going to either Canada or Mexico. Or you can also travel around the US. Is there a place in the US that you feel like it's the place you would like to visit the most? Do you have a place like that in mind? I would love to go to Colorado. I would love to go to wherever the Niagara Falls are. If it is US or Canada, I don't care. I want to go there. And there are some classic places like the Grand Canyon and maybe California, but I'm not sure. I'm not too hyped to go to Florida, to be honest. Even though they have Disney World, but I don't know. I think it's too expensive, and I could be using that money to be visiting other places. I'm not saying that I wouldn't like to go to Disney, but I'm saying it's not like my priority. I think I would prefer going to more beautiful nature places than artificial human places. For example, the Grand Canyon and the nature in Colorado. Wait, was I able to fix everything in here? And now that we got the hot dog stall, I can go back to some Thrill Gentleman and shopping stalls research. You could do a Montreal visit. That could be a day trip. That sounds perfect. How big is your car? Does your car fit everyone? Do you have like a van? It is a sedan, so it's wait, it fit all four of you? Okay, so it's enough, right? Even though there are the cats, but if it is a day trip, you don't need to take the cats with you. Or the other pets as well. You have is it a hamster? I think it was another species, right? Guinea pig, right? A guinea pig, there we go. The back seat first. Oh, fits. The back seat fits. The back seat fits three, but not really three adults. That guinea. Oh no! Seriously, early. And now you have two more. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I think I heard that guinea pigs they can't live like alone because they feel super depressed. So you should have them in pairs. That's what happens, right? They need to be in pairs. Yeah, that's why you have two now. Yeah, man. There is a friend of mine that also has a guinea pig. I forgot how he's called though, the guinea pig. Let me change the option so I can see their names. And we should start thinking about building rides now. But first, let me take a final look to see if I was able to fix most things in here. There is post lamp in there. Yeah, everything looks good now. So I can finally start working on the rides, but we need to open this one. By the way, Pilot, I don't know if you have ever played Tales of Symphonia, but I'm enjoying the game, man. The game is very good. It's different from everything I have ever played, especially because it is an action RPG game, but I'm really liking it. After you learn how the game works, it gets much fun. I recommend making Montreal a weekend trip. There is more than enough to do to make a night or two of hotel worthwhile, and the hotels in the old quarter are beautiful while being reasonably cheap. I see. So Montreal is good for like 2 days. You can already see most of it. Interesting. But depending on how hard it is for Early to visit it, he can go there in one weekend and then stay at 1 day in there. Like it can be a day trip, and then after some time he returns and then he checks the other things out. Since he lives close by, you can easily spend a week there, but at least a couple days. So let me finally build a food plaza in here. I'm talking about Tales of Symphonia. Have you ever played it? I know you were playing. I don't know if you are still playing it, but you were playing Trails or Legend of Code still, right? It's something like that. Which graphically speaking looks a lot like Tales of Symphonia in my opinion. But I think that game is turn-based, and Tales of Symphonia is not turn-based. No, 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 wait. I should build the information kiosk first. You haven't? It is on your list? The only Tales game I have played was Asteria, I see. Yeah, most people have been telling me that Symphonia was their favorite, but there are some people that preferred Zesteria or Vesperia. Yeah, some people they had their preferences on other ones. So I'm curious to see how the games are different from each other. But after finishing Symphonia, I may take some time before returning to Tales because I will be playing Final Fantasy IX. I also want to start playing Golden Sun, and I will see if I also play Wild Arms, even though I'm not sure if I'm going to love that game. I know I will like the soundtrack at least, but because it is Western based, I don't know if it's going to be my thing. But I want to give it a shot. And then only after those RPG games, then I will think on maybe returning to some other franchises. Or maybe I will also go back to Final Fantasy and go back like to Final Fantasy 4, 5, the old ones. Or I could try playing 10, but I don't think my computer would be able to handle it. Although thankfully it's been doing a good job regarding Tales of Symphonia, at least for the past streams. The go-karts? That's a very good thing to have, especially near one. Since this is such a creepy place, let's have a creepy color like this one. The same goes for the heads. Let's have black heads. By the way, RIP the 3DS, because the last game that everyone was expecting to be released on the 3DS was released this week. So now the 3DS is officially dead. And the game that was finally released was Persona Q2. And it was one of the games that I was waiting for a long time to see. But I was talking to a friend and I'm doing my best to not get it right now because we are pretty sure the game is going to get on sale after some months or maybe by the end of the year. So I know it's going to be worth it for me to wait until then because the price really drops. The first Persona Q is so cheap today when it gets on sale. It's like 18 reais, which would be maybe $3 or something like that. It's so cheap. And it's such a good game, so it's like unfair for you to pay that amount of money, but I have the feeling the same is going to happen with Persona Q2, so I'm going to wait for it. In the meantime, I distract myself with the other games. And also I will see if I do something about my 3DS, because I think it is the only solution for me now. I will need to buy a new console. I tried fixing it, but it didn't work, and I ended up breaking it more than fixing it. So I give up. If I keep messing with it, then my 3DS is going to stop working entirely. That's not what I wanted to happen, or that's not what I want to happen to it. There we go. And yes, I will try to get a new one so I can play Persona Q2 perfectly. Maybe it's going to work on my 3DS right now, but then I will wait for it to get on sale in the future. But yes, RIP the 3DS. It was actually one of my favorite consoles, or maybe I should say portables, or video games. There we go. It's one of my favorite video games. I remember taking one of those tests that they ask you, oh, from of those two video games, which one is your favorite? And then you keep going with the brackets. My final answer was the 3DS, to my surprise. And the biggest reason why it was because it also has the DS games. And the Nintendo DS is a very good console. It has such a variety of games that I would even compare that variety to what happened with the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo is another console that had such a good variety of different games, even the famous ones, the popular ones, but then also the hidden gems and the weird games as well. There are games for everyone in the 3D in the DS, and then also in the 3DS because it gets the games from the DS. So the 3DS was in the end my favorite video game. But I love the Nintendo 64. I love the Super Nintendo. I should have more experience with the GameCube and also with the GBA because I still think there are games in those consoles that I still need to play. But eventually, hopefully, I will be playing some of those games too. I'm trying to find a place for this thing and I can't decide. Maybe here? Yeah, it's going to be in there. There we go. Maybe some of my rides are a bit expensive, but it's fine. I can fix the prices later. So I will use this area as a place for the gentle rides. You know what? I'm going to change this path a little bit so it gets better for me to build those rides. You know, one good thing about this level is that it already has a lot of paths, so I think people will take longer until they start complaining about the park being too crowded. Okay, now it may be much better for me to build the rides. Or to keep them more organized, I would say. Can I actually build it there? Oh, I can't. Can I buy that? I also can't. Okay, so it's going to be here. And hey, Belius, how's it going, man? Make sure the rides are built with haste and shake all over so we can have a final destination hype of death. Man, you took Um, you had a very good idea for this park because this park is kind of already dead. If you see this coaster right here, it's called the Phantom. So that's a very good idea, suggestion, and I don't know, thing that I could be trying to do because it fits this level. This level is all about things that are not alive anymore. That's actually related to my objective. It's to resurrect resurrect this once great amusement park. How's it going? I'm doing great, man. This week was very good. The weather was cold. Even though I got soaked in some days thanks to the rain, I don't mind it. I actually feel good about that. I like having this, I don't know, moment that I feel more connected to nature. And the days were great. Not everything was like planned, but even though not everything was like planned, they were still good. And I'm happy. I'm happy with some things that happened. I'm trying to not get too much excited, or I'm trying to not get a lot of expectations regarding things that may happen in the future. But I'm positive that things are going to be better and things that were starting to happen this week. So I did have a great week, and I'm also enjoying the cold weather, the winter that's starting in here in Brazil. And I also slept better for most days, and I'm feeling less anxious. So overall speaking, things are good, man. And also now we are in June, so we are getting many news about video games thanks to E3. Also, I love the news regarding Netflix as well, so I also was into my series again. For example, Black Mirror. I'm still missing the last episode, but I have watched the two first of them. So yes, I'm. This week was very hype. Pokemon Direct. Did you watch it, Belius? And if you did, what were your impressions of it? Then today we got Yooka-Laylee 2 announced, which is going to be a 2D platformer, which I think it's nice. And E3 is coming up. Hopefully, Animal Crossing news, please. Did you watch it? How did you like it? I liked it. I do have a problem with it though, but it's not major. It's just a minor thing. Yeah, it's looking great. Thank goodness we are going to have at least one area that's going to be the wild area that has the Pokemon on the overworld. You can see them, you can have a closer experience with them as well, instead of just walking on the grass and then finding random things. It's sad that it's not going to be the whole game like that, but it's a start. It's better than nothing. It's better than what we have seen before, right? So that part looks great. It looks like Breath of the Wild and stuff. But the giant Pokemon? Yes, I was a bit down thanks to that new mechanic. Because they made such a mystery regarding it. Like, this is the first trailer, there are the gyms, but you don't know what's going to happen in those gyms. You don't know what that symbol means. You don't know what's the new mechanic of this game. And then everyone was like, okay, let's speculate. Let's wait for some great things to be happening. So I was expecting something greater than simply giant Pokemon. I thought that if they announced the giant Pokemon in the first trailer, I wouldn't feel this bad, or I wouldn't feel this disappointed. But I felt disappointed because they made such a suspense for it, and it's nothing special. It's just giant Pokemon. So I was a bit down because of that. But I'm hoping they will have even more secrets regarding that mechanic. Oh wait, yes, a giant Magikarp, a giant Bidoof, a giant Bidoof as well, a giant Wailord. We need all of those things for sure. A giant Cricketune, Lord Dilly Whoop forever. So yes, there are some good things about the giant mechanics, like a giant Psyduck as well. But I was expecting something more innovative, something more creative maybe. But let's see what else they are holding to show us, right? Let's see which other surprises they are still planning to show us. I also want to see other things back. For example, Mega Evolutions. I love Mega Evolutions. I also want to see new forms, Galarian forms, just like we had the Alolan forms. Hopefully, they are also going to give me that. But the giant thing was like, I don't know if I really like this. At least not yet. You have always wanted a multiplayer type of mode in Pokemon. Oh yes, the raid battles, I dig that. Yes, the raid battles probably were the best things regarding this new mechanic. But the mechanic itself, I thought it was a bit unnecessary. Yeah, the raids are going to be fun, for sure. You agree with me? Why you love the giant Pokemon? You love it? But you were hoping to see something else? Me too. But it's what I thought. I told you. If they announced the giant mechanic in the first trailer, I don't think I would be disappointed. It's because they made such a mystery. They created a mystery there. And then the speculations, the rumors, all the discussion was going on. And then months passed by, like lots of months without any news regarding that. And this is what we're getting. So I was a bit, why did they keep this as a secret? You know, I was like, they didn't need to keep this as a secret. Because, in my opinion, it was not something very shocking. Like, it was not shocking news. It was just, okay, now you can make them bigger. Like, Pokemon Go was already doing it. In Pokemon Go, you already had some giant Pokemon, so it's not that impactful, you know? Oh my god, Belius. Wooloo is the best. Good call. One thing that I really liked in this new trailer were the new Pokemon. Wooloo, then Corviknight as well. Even the flower Pokemon are beautiful and cute as well. And the turtle is awesome too. So all of them are great, but Wooloo forever. I don't know which sort of moves Wooloo is going to get, but I also want to train one to have one on my team. And please don't eat them. Because I just remembered that in Draco's stream you told me that you are going to eat Wooloo. You are not. You are going to eat the flower thing or the Corviknight bird. Not Wooloo. Wooloo is not food. Wooloo is life. Wooloo needs to be happy, free, jumping and rolling around with its fluffy body. And that's it. Don't mess with Wooloo, okay, Belius? Corviknight's the best knight. I really like their design. I also liked the way they announced Corviknight in particular, because it was like out of nowhere. Here's a Pokeball, and then you see that freaking black red eyes bird, you know. So it was very shocking. And I really liked it, although I'm not sure if I liked the name that much. I thought it was a very long name for the Pokemon. I thought if it had a shorter name, it would be more impactful. The fluffiness is the best part, and the... How is this called? Ponytails, hopefully? Yeah, the ponytails are... Man, Wooloo was awesome. Imagine the shiny... Velius, imagine the shiny Wooloo. Imagine the shiny Wooloo. If it is pink, I'm dead. If it is like cotton candy Wooloo, I'm dead. I'm just saying. Now I really want to see some people doing some Photoshop editing on Wooloo to see how it's going to look like in different colors. Wait, this is called braids? It's not called pigtails or ponytails? I thought it was something like that. Corviknight's up there for one of your favorite birds. Let's see how powerful he is going to be. At first I was expecting him to be dark type, like flying dark. But maybe they decided to go with steel because he kind of reminds us a little bit of Murkrow and Honchkrow. So if he's steel, he's a bit different than those two birds, right? So it's fine, but he would have been a great dark type as well. But my favorite so far was Wooloo, for sure. It's so damn cute. I want to build this in there, but I will need to change the land, right? And it's not going to look good. What did you think about the characters' values? What did you think about the NPCs? I was a bit shocked that they revealed the champion out of nowhere. Like, here's the champion. Look at him, everyone. Usually, there is this mystery of who's going to be the champion, but this time they gave it right away. So I was a bit like, seriously, they are giving me the champion already? But I see why. It's because the champion is super related to the beginning of the story, especially because of your rival. I really hope there is going to be like a twist to this champion thing, but I don't know. I would love if there is going to be a twist because one of the best things, in my opinion, is for you to play the game and try to guess who could be the champion. I still remember how I was playing Pokemon X and Y, and I had no idea who could be the champion of that game. And then in the end, I was like, oh my god, it's you! So I was really surprised by fighting the champion in X and Y. And it's one of my best feelings of being surprised on the Elite Four, for example. What are going to be the types of the Elite Four, you know? In in Pokemon X and Y was the game that gave me the biggest of those surprises. In Sun and Moon, I also was a bit surprised because of that, but less because once I got to the Elite Four, there were some repeated characters, but at least um, we got that girl that plays with flying Pokemon, right? I forgot her name. Yes, I can't remember her name now, but she was a totally new character, so she surprised me. Your favorite birds are Pidgeot, Skarmory, and Swallow. So if you love Skarmory, you definitely loved Corviknight. My favorite bird is Noctowl. I love Noctowl. I know he's not the most competitive bird that's out there, but I love his design so much. Maybe if I... Okay, it can be in there, so we can have an entrance and an exit. Okay, this is what I wanted to do. There we go. Uh, Particular like that, they are showing us the champion early. Yeah, just like they did with Lance. Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember how they have announced Lance. Never sleep on Knockdown. Yeah, Knockdown is going to get you, man. When you are least expecting. But I really love Knockdown. Maybe it is because of the anime as well, because Ash had a Knockdown and he was shiny. But Knockdown is definitely my favorite flying type. Which one is your starter for this game, Velias? Are you Team Grookey? My favorite is Sobble. Oh, you're going with Scarbunny? My favorite one so far is Sobble. And speaking about water, we should build... Wait, I don't have a boat hire? Seriously? Damn, this is such a good place to build a boat hire though. Let me check what's people What are they thinking here? This park is really clean and tidy. Some people are tired. Everything is alright. Nobody's really complaining. But I think I should have another food plaza because this park is kinda large. Yeah, I definitely need at least two more food plazas. One in here. But Belius, do you always pick the fire type? Is that why you're going with Scar Bunny? Oh, because you love fire types? There we go. Fire types and dragon types are your favorites. My favorites are dark, then ice, although I know ice is not too strong in competitive, but I love ice types. And water. Yeah, water is my third favorite type. Actually, fire, fighting, and steel are my least favorite types. But there are some Pokemon of those types that I like. Especially when they are mixed with the ones that I prefer, like Dark, for example. Houndoom or Bisharp and let me see. I'm fighting. Yeah, there is Scraggy and Scrafty. There is Pangoro as well. The girlfriend and I, you guys are going to buy Switches when the new Pokemon comes out. Pilot, have you played the old games? You are going with Sword and she's going with Shield. I'm Team Shield. You are going with Sobo? Yeah, me too, man. And she's taking Rookie. I love how you guys have such different preferences regarding Pokemon Sword and Shield so far. You guys are going to have different experiences for sure. You have always picked them except for Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and you picked Mudkip. In Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, I think my favorite was Trico. I often get the water type or the water starter, but it's not every time. In Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, I think I went with Trico. Then Sun and Moon, I got Rowlet. And in Johto, I got Cyndaquil. Yeah, Cyndaquil is my favorite. The last game you played was Pokemon Yellow. Man, you and Early, you guys need to go back to Pokemon. Early was at least playing Pokemon Go. Have you played Pokemon Go, Pilot? Maybe you haven't. Uh, it's hard for me to imagine you playing Pokemon Go, especially if your last Pokemon game was Yellow. But you guys are missing it out. The game has changed a lot, right? And it's super fun. Oh, you did play Pokemon Go? I'm surprised. I would be expecting you to say things like I didn't have time to play Pokemon Go. You're doing pretty good. You're enjoying dinner and Riot stream. You finally got a job so you can start subbing and mentally happier with a job now. That's great, man. That's great. I was sad when you gave me some bad news about what was about a situation that happened in your job, but I'm glad that you got it because I remember being there before you had the interview that was going to happen in the next day. So I'm glad that you were able to get it, man. And also, hopefully, those situations they have stopped happening. But by the way, you were saying I'm a bit scared now. Are they still happening? Use it to run the local red team group? Wait, seriously? And you organized a lot of meetups and poke pub crawls? Damn. Oh my god, no no Belius. I said pilot. No Belius. No, no, no. No more situations, man. You had to clean up the men's bathroom after someone. Oh my god. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to hear those things are still happening. It's dreadful, right? It's dreadful. What's wrong with them, right? Imagine if those are the things they do in their bathrooms, in their homes. What you're having for dinner today, Bedus? Are you having chicken? Today, I really wanted to eat something from outside. Like I was craving for restaurant food, but then I gave up. I ended up cooking pasta, but my pasta was great. I decided to add some new seasonings to my pasta, and then I used some paprika, and it was great. I will be using paprika more for sure. I even used paprika yesterday when I was cooking rice. I will also be doing that more times because it was great. Now I will be cooking rice with carrots and paprika, and my all-time classic pasta with paprika now as well. So I did some very good new experiments on my dishes, but I'm still craving for food of somewhere else. I still want to eat something from, I don't know, a restaurant. I was checking the app looking for a place for me to buy food today, and I had one place in mind, but then I realized that they changed the dishes they were preparing, and the one I wanted to buy, they removed it. So I was like, no, I'm not going to buy an other thing, you know. So then I gave up and I cooked pasta. But probably this weekend I will be buying food. You're having Philly cheesesteak with cheese fries. Ooh. And then you had chicken for lunch earlier. Yes, I'm experimenting with pasta. You need to start making pasta yourself with new ingredients. I haven't been really using new ingredients, but I have been using new seasonings because the ingredients I use are always the same, like sausage, tomato, onions, green peppers, and that's it. And then I use a lot of vinegar because I love vinegar, and then I season it. I may not be able to remember the name of all the seasonings I used today in my pasta, but pepper, then oregano, basil, and then I'm already lacking on. Oh wait, I remember one more. Fine. I hope I was pronouncing it right. Fine. Then paprika today, and then there is also coming, right? Coming. Am I missing one? No, I believe those were all the seasonings I used on my sauce. Oh wait, no, I remember another one. Oh no, never mind. That one was fine. Yeah. So those were the seasonings. But paprika really surprised me. I was not expecting for it to give me that result. And it's also it's also a kind of beautiful seasoning because after you add paprika, your food, your dish, it gets more red. The rice I cooked yesterday was looking very delicious thanks to that new red color. And then the pasta today, it also got a very livid and brighter red. So it was a very good season, and I'm definitely going to use it way times more. And delicious too, because it adds some spiciness. But after the stream, I have no idea what I'm having for dinner. I do have some ham and cheese. I could be cooking some tapioca starch because I also have that. But the question is, will I be feeling like doing it? Because it's a work. It demands some work for you to cook it. So I don't know if I'll be that excited to cook it. I could also try cooking an omelette. It's easier. So the first year is almost over. We were able to fix the park, but we are not getting many guests. Plus, we are also not doing a very good job regarding our money. But the park rating is good, so people should be coming to the park. Ride tickets. It's because of our rides, right? Yeah, we need a roller coaster. That's probably the biggest reason why we are not getting money. So my objective in this second year is going to be building a roller coaster. By the way, did you guys know that Octopath Traveler is on Steam? Was I the only one that didn't see that happening? Because man, that means that I can stream Octopath Traveler if I want. I had no idea it was on Steam. Yes, I found Octopath Traveler on Steam when I was checking some offers and sales in there. And I was like, seriously? How did I miss that? I was hyped for Octopath Traveler. Everyone has been saying it's great. And then I found it on Steam yesterday. So I was like, really? Have I been missing this for this whole time? I don't know if it was only my impression that uh, I had the feeling I was missing it out, but maybe not. Maybe it was released recently on Steam. I don't know. That's why I want to know. Did you guys know that it was on Steam? So that's awesome. I can now stream, hopefully, Octopath Traveler. I mean, I need to buy it, of course, but the chance, the possibilities in there. And I know it's a great game. It's going to be awesome to play it. I also have no idea when, but I'm happy to see it's in there. And also, thank goodness, so many games that at first they may be exclusive to the consoles, they are going to the PC platform or to Steam, like Crash Team Racing as well, and the remakes like the Spyro trilogy remake, the Crash trilogy remake. Then recently there was also Catherine, although a friend of mine told me that the Catherine version for Steam is not that great, it has some bugs and some things. But Catherine is another game that I want to play. Mostly because it is by Atlas, and I think that even though it is very different from Persona, I may have some similar impressions if I'm playing it to Persona. Also, the music composer is the same one of Persona games, and he's amazing. He's called Shoji Meguro. His talent is great. I love his work in Persona games, in particular. But I still need to play some other games that he may have worked on. So yes, those games that usually you think, oh, that game it's only for console. No, they are also coming out on Steam, on PC, and I think that's awesome. And speaking about that, recently there were also some news regarding Google Stadia, but I haven't really, I didn't have the time to go check those news out properly, so I'm not sure about what I have read, but from what I have seen, I think I'm disappointed about Google Stadia now. Because I was thinking at first that they would charge you for like a price, and then it would work like Netflix or something. Oh, you need to pay that amount of money monthly, and then you'll be able to have access to this whole library of games. It seems that it's not like that. It seems it's like you pay for you pay that amount, that fee monthly, plus you also need to buy the games. So I was like, what? So what's the point of you paying that monthly? Like, you just need, it's better for you to get the console, isn't it? So I was a bit disappointed. I'll need to check more news about that later because I still need to watch the videos. But from a brief scope, or from a brief and flash read through the things I have seen regarding Google Stadia, it seems that it's not going to be that great anymore. If you really need to pay like twice, you need to pay for the service plus paying for the games. So buy a console. Let me see. Oh, it's already $5. Okay, we're having problems in Ferris wheel and swinging ship. And then I think I need to wait. Should I try doing an advertisement? I will do an advertisement. Free drinks. Yeah, we're getting the safest park in the country, but you know what? Let's get rid of one of the guards. If things are safe, we don't need the guards. Yeah, let's see with this decision. We'll be able to get more people to the park and also some money because we need to either have a roller coaster or the go-karts. Maybe the go-kart is better because it doesn't need to be long, it's cheap, and it's going to be as profitable as the roller coaster. Why did I get rid of him? He had a family. I was thinking with business mind in here, Pelias. Business mind. Because of, look at that red in there. You see the red? The red? Yeah. But let's now think with heart minds, right? He was trying to get Pokemon Sword and Shield for Wooloo to cook? Until Wooloo is not out there yet, he's going to have his job. But once Pokemon Sword and Shield is out, he's out as well. Yeah, it's been hard for me to make the park work because we don't have a very profitable ride yet. I was fixing everything and then I was also focusing on buying the simple and cheap rides, but I was not expecting that they would really get rid of all of my money, or they would require all of my money. It's because the fixing the park was also very expensive. Even though we only fixed the benches, the litter bins, the lampposts, and some paths. But I think we are getting better now. At least we are getting more people in the park. That's good. And I will go for the go-karts. First, it's cheaper. Second, it's going to be profitable. Third, it's adaptable, so it's going to fit anywhere in this park, especially this area right here, I think. So I'm definitely going for it. I could also go for the coaster because we do have the steel roller coaster. Actually, now I'm not sure because the steel roller coaster is so good. The shuttle loop. Hello, Rick. How's it going, man? How's your Friday? Welcome. This parking here, it seems to be alright. The objective is not too hard. Let me show it to you. It's only 1,200 gas by the end of year 3. But the thing in here is that when we got to it, the park was completely destroyed. Just like how they describe it in there. We are trying to resurrect this park because the paths were not connected. All the things in there that you are seeing, like the litter bins, the lampposts, the benches, they were all broken down. The rides were broken down as well, but at least they are new rides. So after this year, they were built this year. So after getting the mechanics and fixing them, they work properly. But as you can see, there are some crazy things. I actually was very impressed by this broken roller coaster because this is like the first time I see a roller coaster being used as decoration. This is a very good idea, actually. So we are working in a very old park, but I think we'll be alright. The objective is not that hard. I'm doing great, man. This week was very good to me, especially because of the cold weather. I'm enjoying the cold weather. It's not every day that you guys will see me wearing like long sleeves and socks. So yeah, I'm enjoying the cold weather a lot. Today it was a bit sunny in comparison to Wednesday or Thursday, but it's still cold, even though it was sunny. But our biggest problem right now, Rick, is to have a ride that's profitable. So I was debating between building a steel roller coaster because I know it's cheap, or the go-karts. Which one would you prefer? The one that would be more profitable is the coaster for sure because we can also add the on-ride photo. But this one is easier for us to build. The go-karts? Let's see if we can start it. And then with the profit from the go-karts, we can build the coaster, right? So that's settled. Let's go for it. I, I was thinking about building the carts there, this area. Balias, are you still there? I want to ask you because of your reaction. If you were also surprised that freaking Octopath Traveler was on Steam, and are you going to play it? Are you excited to play it? I do want to go underground in here. Yeah, we don't have enough money. I could start in demolishing some things in this park, but I do like how they decorate it, so I don't want to do that. Well, at least we'll be able to raise the admission price. Let's go for $13. So Rick, have you been playing RollerCoaster Tycoon? Some people are complaining about Swinging Ship, Haunted House, Tower 1. Okay, so this one. You know what? I will I will get 1,000 from the bank. You play Roller Coaster Tycoon since 1999 and 2000, but you are still playing it today then? What's your objective today? Which levels have you been playing today? What did you miss? You had to step out for a few minutes? Not a lot, man. We are trying to get a very profitable ride in this park because we need to have either a go-kart or a roller coaster. And we are going for the go-karts. So now I'm trying to finish building it. And hopefully with the go-karts profit, we'll be able to build a coaster and then we'll have both and then they will be the solution to all of our money problems. Have we found a way to lower salaries yet? One of the security guards was almost fired, but then I hired him back. I'm overpaying my capital slaves. I'm not overpaying them. Nowadays you haven't been playing it. You don't have much time. I'm sorry, man. But I understand what you're saying. Um, Sometimes it's hard for us to like have a proper time for us to keep playing those games that we love. That's one of the reasons why streaming has been very great to me, because it helps me to go back to those games that I always wanted to play or that I always wanted to finish. For example, this one, and it gives me a routine, right? So every Friday now I have a compromise with this game, or I have a set time to be playing this. I'm a generous capitalist pig. Oh boy. That guard should kiss my feet? Of course not. But it was Belias who made me hire him back. Because I was thinking the park is safe. We even won an award for that. And I was like, okay, I need to save money because we are not getting money here. So I was like, okay, maybe we don't need one of those guards. But then I was thinking with business mind. And then Belias made me think with heartful mind. So, okay, I got him back. We will find other ways to raise our finances, right? Let's see. This is not going to work. This is not going to work. I need to find... Wait. Go straight there, then turn. Okay. I will also fix this because it's looking horrible. Pilot, I have something to tell you. Every time I see you, and if I'm feeling hungry by the time that happens, I always feel like a desire to eat pizza, man. Every freaking time. It's like you reminds me of pizza. That should be a great compliment, actually. If you tell someone that you remind me of pizza, that's a compliment because pizza is one of the best things in life. But every time you stop by and I'm feeling hungry, I kind of remember the existence of pizza, and that makes me want to buy pizza. Pizza is completely legit, isn't it? And it's funny because I don't buy pizza that often. It's not because I hate it. No, I love pizza. Don't get me wrong, but it's because I kind of got used to not eat pizza that often. But it's hard for me to not think on pizza when Pilot is here because he's like Domino's first fan or best fan. He's always buying pizza from Domino's. And even when he's not buying pizza from Domino's, it makes me remember the memories they return. Like, I'm buying pizza from Domino's today, and and then I want to eat pizza. It's better run, Pilot. He's thinking about making you into a pizza than eating you. Canadian bacon and pineapple, it's the best pizza. Do you guys like that pizza? I do like it. I don't mind pineapple in pizza. I wonder if there is going to be the day that someone from another country is going to tell me that the person could finally taste a pizza that had boiled eggs on it. Because if I need to tell you something that's Brazilian and it's something that Brazilians do with pizza, boiled eggs on pizza, plus the sweet pizzas as well, but I don't think you guys will easily find a sweet pizza, but it's simple for you to put a boiled egg on your pizza. So I really want to see the day, or I can't wait for the day that someone is going to tell me, hey man, that boiled egg on pizza idea that you gave to me, it's awesome, I tried it. Or, of course, the person can also say, oh, I tried it and it was bad, I'm sorry, you guys are crazy, it's okay. But I can't wait for someone to freaking try it. Boil a freaking egg and put it on pizza, it's good. Or, I hope you like it, but you should at least try it. It is incorrect, but it's good. Yeah, well, it can happen, right? It's not like the right thing, but it's good. Pineapple on pizza. There are other examples too. I don't know. There are people that like to eat fries with ice cream, for example, and they like it. They say it's a great combination. People that like to eat some raw noodles as well. Actually, one of these days I was watching a video about old food that used to be sold in Brazil, and there was this very old noodles brand, and in that day I really wanted to eat noodles because it brought back my memories of my childhood that I used to eat that thing a lot, especially because it was one of the simple things that I knew how to cook when my mother was not around. So I was like, man, I miss eating noodles so much. But of course, eating pasta today is more healthy than those noodles, right? But on that day, I was like craving for noodles, like a lot, and I was missing that very unhealthy taste that the noodles had. I was thinking about doing a very short trek, but this is not what I was planning to happen. Plus, I messed it up a little bit because now I need to go to the other side. This is what happens when I'm talking and playing this game at the same time. I start building something that I have no idea how it's going to look like. So congrats. If you guys wanted to see, I don't know, a graphic of how the words you have been chatting here looks like, that's a very graphical representation because I feel like I was on auto mode transforming or shaping the words on the chat into that because I was not thinking throughout that. So that's how the conversation in the chat looks like. It's an idea, the best idea of it. Ham and pineapple is the top selling pizza in Canada, also invented in Canada. Yeah, in here we call it. We had that talk before, right, Pilot? In here we call it like Canadian. You told me it's Canadian bacon. Yeah, it's Canadian bacon. Fries with ice cream is great. One of the greatest combinations of salty and sweet. I actually have never had fries with ice cream because I don't buy ice cream that often as well. Fries with a Wendy's chocolate frosty. I would try it, and I think I would like it. If I ever buy fries and ice cream, I think I will like the combination. It is not like normal or common, but I think I would like it. Because it's also not the worst combination you can have, right? Interesting, apparently ham and pineapple is the top pizza in Canada, UK, Australia and New Zealand. I'm not that surprised on Australia and New Zealand, but UK. But pineapple is one of the top three least liked pizza toppings in the US. Maybe our loyalty to the crown affects our pizza tastes? Man, UK, seriously? I, I would never guess. Dave, thank you so much for the follow. Pineapple on pizza, I'm Italian, I'm crying. I really want to have the chance to eat a real Italian pizza someday to like see how different it tastes in comparison to, I don't know, Brazilian pizza or other countries' pizzas, right? I want to have that experience someday. But I'm also a little bit I'm a little bit scared of, I don't know, having such an expectation for it and then getting a bit disappointed by the time it happens. But one thing is for sure, If I could pick a pizza topping, an Italian pizza topping to taste the most, the one I would pick is margherita for sure. That's the one. If I go to if I go to Italy someday and then I want to try a pizza in there, margherita is going to be the one that I will pick the first to taste it, because it gotta be the best one in Italy, right? The margherita pizza, it gotta be the best one in Italy. Which one is your favorite, Rick? Which pizza topping is your favorite? Please tell me margherita. Italian pizza can sometimes be words different for the better. Words different. What I think about Italian pizza is that it gotta be very fresh. Like the dough is fresh, the ingredients are fresh, everything is fresh, so everything is also very tasteful. Even though there aren't many toppings or many seasonings, everything that is in the freaking pizza is tasteful. The flour is tasteful, the dough is tasteful, the tomato is tasteful, and it's like five ingredients. And then the pizza is completely bliss. I must try the margherita version from Napoli. Yeah, margherita is one of my favorite freaking toppings of pizza, and it's so simple. It's freaking tomato basil. It's tomato basil, and then you add that olive oil on it to add that extra olive taste. Be strong, don't buy pizza tonight. Be strong, find something else for you to eat later. Find something on your kitchen to be eating. Omelette, tapioca. I do have passion fruit juice. I also hope that someday you guys can taste passion fruit juice. It's so good. So yes, I do have food. Don't buy pizza. Be strong. You love margarita, but your favorite is a margarita with sausages or a margarita with ham and mushrooms? I have never seen those pizzas before. Margarita with sausages? I mean that sounds awesome, but it's also surprising to me because I was not expecting in Italy for you to like change those traditional toppings that much. That sounds more like something that Brazilians or Americans or other countries would be doing, and then the Italians would be like only eating the traditional flavors and toppings forever. Like you can't mess with my basil and tomato. But then someone went there and then, oh, let me add sausage in there. I was not expecting that. But I can totally agree that it sounds amazing. Like I'm pretty sure I would love it if I ever have the chance to try it. Man, Italian pizza is just so much better than any pizza. I hope that someday I can try it. What you really need is to try is durian. Durian. I think we do have a type of durian in Brazil, but I'm not sure if it is the same as the one in other countries. But I think it is going to be the same. And if it is the same, I can already say that I don't like it. It's such a weird fruit. And hey Dave, how's it going, man? What there is other kinds of pizza other than American? Man, there are so many other pizzas than the American one. You guys need to try the sweet pizza someday. I can't say they are my favorites, but some of them are really, really good. For example, the banana cinnamon or the cinnamon banana pizza. It's so good. To my knowledge, durian only grows in Southeast Asia, so it's not durian, but I will show you the fruit that I'm thinking, pilot. The fruit that I'm thinking is called jaca in Portuguese. Jaca. It's a huge fruit, and it's a very smelly fruit as well. It smells a lot, and it's not a good smell in my opinion because I don't like the taste of it as well. There is even a Portuguese expression that's basically to have your foot on a jaca. That means that things are not looking good. It means that you are in a bad situation. To have your foot on a jaca. This is the fruit that I'm talking about. It's such a weird thing. Have you ever seen this? I don't like this at all. It's even dangerous because some states in Brazil they have tons of those trees, and when you're driving, a jaca can fall on your car, and then you're dead. Like it's going to cause an accident. Some people had some accidents because of those fruits. It's not something that uncommon. So those things are also killer machines. If you all like pizza, you should try watching this YouTube channel that does pizza reviews. It's called Barstool Sports. I gotta check that out. Barstool Sports. Dave made a pizza with Nutella, strawberries, and bananas. Yeah, um, those toppings they are common here. We do have many sweet pizzas in Brazil. I would say that they are not common like combined in the way you combine them, like Nutella, strawberry, and banana. I think in here you would find either Nutella, strawberry, or Nutella, banana, but not strawberry with banana. But my favorite ones are cinnamon banana and guava paste with cheese. Yeah, the guava paste with cheese pizza is so damn good. That's called Romeo and Juliet in here. Balias was saying that in his opinion, not strawberry. In his opinion, that ice cream and French fries are a very good savory and sweet combination. In my opinion, Romeo and Juliet or guava paste and cheese is a very good savory sweet combination. And by the way, I'll need to see how things are looking in the park because I got really into this talk of pizza. So I'm not sure how things are looking on the park right now. This is really, really good, guys. It looks similar to durian, but it's not spiky enough, so it may be different. We also have a different fruit that's kind of look like that one, but not really. I'm going to show it to you, but first let me open the go-kart so we can make some profit in there. Pilot, have you ever seen this one? This is a spiky one. Oh, jackfruit? Okay, jackfruit is jaca, yes. But you do like jackfruit? Jackfruit cooked and sauced properly is an amazing alternative to meat. Some people do replace it. Uh, some people do replace meat for jackfruit, yes. I have heard of that before too. That one is called graviola, or maybe in English it's pronounced like graviola. I don't know, but that one is graviola. Let me type it. I also don't like it. It has a very bad aftertaste, in my opinion. In here, people usually like to make some graviola milkshakes, and it's the aftertaste is so bad. But some people like it. I don't like it. So from what you're saying, Pilot, I don't think I have ever had durian. May I ask you all, which pizza topping was the weirdest one you have ever had? And also give me your opinion. Did you like it or not? The thing is that I do have some weird pizza toppings in my mind, but the thing is that they may not be weird for us in Brazil, but they may be weird for everyone else from other countries. But if I needed to pick one that was even weird for me to see it in Brazil, that was like something that I haven't seen in many places, may may actually not sound that bad. And I'm talking about the French fries pizza. Yeah, there is a restaurant in my city that sells French fries pizza. And it was like the only place I have ever seen someone doing French fries pizza ever. So even though the idea is not that weird, it's kind of surprising that French fries pizza is not popular or it's not a thing in many places in here, or that only that restaurant, that pizzeria does it. Apparently, it's called a soursop in English. Soursop. I will actually write that down. That's some good vocabulary for me to share with my friends in the English class. Soursop. There is a weird ongoing around here right now. It's dill pickle pizza. A pickle pizza. I have never had a pizza with pickles. It's not that bad. I do like pickles, but I'm struggling to imagine how would that taste on a pizza. But I would give it a shot because I do like pickles. And thank goodness the go-karts is already giving us some good results in here. But pickle on pizza, I have never seen that. That could be delicious if balanced right. Deep fried pickles are a standard pub snack here. Pickles are not too common in here. One of the few places you can order something that has pickles is either Burger King or McDonald's. Yeah, pickles are not common, but it's sad because I do like pickles. The local place has been using some kind of white sauce, just not sure what the sauce is. That sounds good. And I don't know why, but after reading that, I got some memories of Outback Steakhouse. And Outback Steakhouse has so many good sauces that some people even try to make them at home. I do have a friend that her dream is to make the exact Caesar salad from Outback, and she got pretty close to the taste of it. Uh, and yeah, I'm now curious about this pickle pizza. I don't know if I will find a place to try that, but it sounds good to me. Let me see if I find a picture of the French fries pizza that I was talking about. You know what? I just remember that I bought flour this week because I wanted to start baking some things in my place. Because I also do have the, oh my god, I hate this word in English, but the yeast, right? So I can bake things, but I was missing flour. But now I do have flour, so I should bake my own pizza since we are talking about this. It's just that I need to stop being lazy and I need to start baking it. I need to bake the dough and then um, think on some toppings that I could use. But I do have options. I do have tomatoes, I do have cheese, I do have ham, I do have sausage, I do have oregano, I have basil. I just need to cook it. I have everything in here to bake a pizza. Ooh, I have never seen this one before. It's like French fries pizza with sausage. Man, now I want to go to the restaurant that sells that pizza, the French fries one, because they have this this thing that you only pay for you only pay a particular and exact amount of money, and then you can eat all of you want wait all that you want, right? You can eat all that you want in there, and then they keep bringing you different toppings of pizza and different dishes as well. It's not only pizza, but they can also bring you some other dishes like lasagna and some pasta as well. There are some desserts, um, and it's really good. It's very worth it. You only need to pay a particular amount, and then you can eat all that you want in there until you feel full. Now I miss going there. I went there this year in the beginning of the year. So it's time for me to return. So we are getting some shops, but I should be buying the coaster. Let me see how expensive is the shuttle. Did anyone here watch Black Mirror, the fifth season? Oh, it's cheap. I was expecting this to be like $3,000. It is cheap, but I need to find a better position for this. Maybe this? Okay, this works. So I was excited for Black Mirror, and I was a bit disappointed that we only got 3 episodes, and I have watched the first 2 ones. I won't say they were bad, but I was expecting them to be more disturbing, but they were not too disturbing. They were more, I don't know, um, not normal, but they were alright. The topics discussed on them, they were alright. But I was expecting something more disturbing. I was expecting something that would destroy my brain and my mind after watching it. It gave me some thoughts, and it brought some new ideas and stuff, but I was expecting something more impactful. Maybe that's the word. So now I'm only missing the last episode, which is the one that has um, Miley Cyrus. And I'm really hoping that's going to be it. I'm really hoping that's going to be the episode that's going to make me feel like completely messed up because of the things it's going to be discussing. But I'm a bit disappointed that the first 2 episodes were kind of alright, in my opinion, in comparison to some other episodes we had in the past that were more shocking or more impactful. But they were good episodes. They were. It's not that they were bad. It's just that they were more chill or more. I don't know. They were not simple, but maybe they were kind of close to reality. I don't know how to describe it. Especially the second one. The second one was very close to reality, in my opinion. Hi, Winter. How's it going, man? I'm doing alright. We are almost finishing this park, I would say, because we are getting to the third year. And yeah, things are looking good now that we finally have a roller coaster. And hopefully it's going to be our second option of profiting here, because the other one is the go-karts. But how are you doing? How's your Friday? Also, I need to test this. I don't know if this is going to work. It does work. But should I speed it up a little bit? Yes, I'm struggling here with money. This is one of the biggest challenges in this park. But I'm hoping that with this coaster, we'll be able to finally get some good profit. It's going well, nice man. My week was also great. It's been getting colder in here. Maybe it's your favorite favorite season because it's winter in here. So I have been enjoying the weather in here a lot. We got some rains as well, and I got soaked. But as I was saying earlier, I don't mind getting soaked on the rain because I think I feel the energy of nature when I'm out there and then it's raining. So I'm really enjoying and embracing this cold weather in here, which is good for changing things up, right? A little bit. Because it's usually always so sunny and so hot. Give me some clouds as well. Give me some winds, some rain. Although there was a moment that I was freezing outside, but besides that, it was good. Because then I went to a building and then I found some shelter in there. It was more comfortable. But yeah, okay, let's see if they're going to like it. Oh, they are liking it. Yes, that's my favorite type of weather, man. It's when it's never stable. It's when you have cloudy days and then it changes to sunny days and then a cold day and then a rainy day as well. Because you can really get tired of only hot days or only dark and rainy days in a sequence in a row. It's depressing. It's depressing. But the week was also great because of the gaming news, right? We have E3 coming up. We had the Pokemon Direct. We had some news even today regarding ukulele. I'm happy to see that ukulele is still going on. It was not only one game. Then I was talking about Black Mirror before you showed up. I also got some things to watch like Black Mirror. I'm excited to watch the second season of Dark on Netflix. There is also going to be Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is a very classic anime and very disturbing one. So this month has been very good, especially because May was kind of things were too slow in May. In general speaking, nothing was really happening. Wait, do you know Neon Genesis Evangelion? Why are you surprised? I felt like this week things were finally happening. Like more things were happening on Netflix, on the gaming universe. Not really regarding my country, like news regarding my country. There is a thing happening, but it's not too interesting. But good things to distract myself. Oh, you have heard of it? You have never seen it? You are an anime fan and everyone shames you for not having seen it? This is your chance! Yeah, this is your chance to finally watch Neon Genesis Evangelion. I mean, it's going to be released in Brazil, but I think it's also going to be released in other countries on Netflix. At least I'm hoping for it. I can't say that it's like one of the best animes I have ever watched because I have watched it before. I'm planning to rewatch it so I can understand things better. Because especially the end is very crazy, so it's hard for you to really understand everything. But yeah, I think it's worth a try. I think it is important for you to check it out since you are a big anime fan. It's a classic. But at the same time, don't have your expectations that high. Because maybe you can be disappointed, maybe you can think it's too weird, or maybe you can't understand everything like I couldn't. It's one of those strange experiences regarding anime, that those animes are crazy and you are not sure how you feel about them, but still you don't regret watching it. It's like that. It is dark. Yeah, it is very dark. I also want to watch the movies because it seems that the movies are going to be released in here, but I haven't watched them before. But I know one thing about the movie, and it is a very dark thing. So yeah, like Pupa, I don't know Pupa. I'm actually afraid of googling it. Should I Google it? Pupa? Gotta be good if I'm willing to rewatch it. I mean, don't raise your expectations that much. I want. Okay, I want. One of my most disturbing enemies was um, Sirius? Sirius Experimental Lane. I believe that's the name of it. Or is it Serial? Maybe it is Serial Experiments Lane. Have you ever heard of it? That anime was so disturbing to me. I love the opening music of it. It's such a beautiful music. And I don't regret watching the anime, but I can't rewatch it because I don't want to remember some things that happen, especially near the end of it, because they were too impactful to me. But it's something that I can't explain exactly why. I feel like it's more the atmosphere the anime has than the graphics. For example, I can't say that it was um, horrifying. I can't say it was something super horrifying that I have seen, but it was that combined with the atmosphere that was too impactful to me, so I can't rewatch it. Oh, I actually have watched Madoka Magica. A friend of mine wanted me to watch it, and it was on Netflix, so I watched it in there. I liked it, but I also don't think it was one of the best things I have ever watched. I was surprised that it had this dark vibe on it because you wouldn't have guessed it from outside. It was good. It was not bad. It was entertaining. I was curious enough to see or to try to understand what was going on in that crazy anime. But yeah, it's kind of dark. I was not expecting that. A friend of mine told me that he loved it and I should give it a shot. And then I was like, okay, sure, let's go. But I was not seeing or predicting that dark things going on in there, or those dark things going on in there. So my strategy is working right now. We were able to get some money thanks to the coaster. I will start paying this low one, but I will also start doing some advertising because if we get more people in here, they are going to help us out a lot. Which one is your favorite anime? Many people have been talking about. I don't know the full name of the anime, but it's something Wonderland. I believe it is an anime that is about some kids in an orphanage or something. Oh, Bleach is your favorite one? I have never watched Bleach. And I think Bleach is on Netflix. Wait, is it called Deadman? I don't think it is Deadman, is it? Is it the one with the kids in the orphanage? But everyone has been talking about it. Everyone has been saying it's. Oh yeah, it's the Promised. There we go. Oh, it's not Wonderland, so it's Neverland. There we go. Yeah, Promised Neverland. That's the one that everyone, all of my friends have been talking so much about it. But I don't want to start it because I'm also watching other things. I don't want to start a new thing before finishing the other ones. But I'm curious. I'm really curious about that one. And everyone was surprised. Like, I would never expect an anime about kids in an orphanage to be so engaging and to be so thrilling and to be uh, so easy for me to immerse myself into the plot and get addicted to it, right? So okay, I need to check that out. You have started reading the manga. It's decent. Also, you think it is decent? Maybe it is overhyped. Yeah, maybe it is a bit overhyped. I should be careful by the time I go watch it. A little? Okay, I will drop my expectations a little bit because I was only crazy hyped for it because everyone only says good things about it. It's just like Goblin Slayer. It had a very shock value in episode 1. That reminds me of Death Note. Death Note's first episode is completely shock value. It's only shock value. And then I was like, I need to keep watching this. Some people are complaining about the Ferris wheel, flying saucers, and then I should have a third food plaza. Okay. Have you ever watched Basilisk? At least the first season of it, because the second one people say it's trash. Basilisk is an anime that's, in my opinion, very underrated. But I'm talking about the first season. The second season may be trash. I still need to watch it, but everyone says it's trash. But the first season is so underrated. Attack on Titan, a friend of mine was telling me this week that I should start watching Attack on Titan. But I think I should watch other things first before moving to Attack on Titan, because I don't feel like prepared for it, and I don't know if I will like it. Dave, thank you so much for the bits, man. It's not as good as the first, but it was worth a watch. You like the second season too? Oh, the second season of Basilisk. You see, you are changing my impressions of some animes, because everyone has been telling me that the second season of Basilisk is trash. Maybe it is not that much. Maybe it is not that bad. Especially if I don't compare things, right? If I don't try to see it expecting to see the same thing as the first season. Maybe if I change that mindset, I will have a better experience by the time I start watching it. Yeah, that happens to video games as well. For example, many people hate Chrono Cross because they were expecting Chrono Trigger, and Chrono Cross is not like Chrono Trigger, but it's such a good game. I also think the same happened to Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII is very different than Final Fantasy VII, but everyone played it expecting Final Fantasy VII, so many people got frustrated because of that. The animes that I have been watching, they are Seven Deadly Sins. I finished watching the third season of it. I'm waiting for the rest because it's not uh, over. Like they stopped it in the middle of the plot, so I'm waiting for the continuation. But they released a movie, so I need to watch that movie. I was also watching Cardcaptor Sakura. I need to go back to it because it was very good. I was watching the third season. The third season? I think it is the third season. It's like the newest one. It's called Clear Card. And I watched, I believe, 11 or 12 episodes already, and it's super good. It's just like the old Cardcaptor Sakura show back in the day. Because it's been a long time since a new season was not released, but they were able to keep the same atmosphere and the same good vibe of the anime. So it's been really good to watch Cardcaptor Sakura. And I was also watching Rurouni Kenshin, or Samurai X in here, but I believe in other countries it may be known as Rurouni Kenshin. And it is good. It's something that I always wanted to watch. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say it like that because when I was a kid I didn't want to watch it, but after I grew up I wanted to give it a shot. Exactly, that's the one that I have been watching. I wanted to give it a shot because I love the music. I used to love the ending music, the opening music as well. So I was thinking, man, this anime has good music, although it's about samurais and old Japanese times that were not too interesting to me. Usually I don't get hooked up on those themes, But I decided to give it a shot to see how it was like because it is on Netflix, so it was easy for me to check it out. And then I could start enjoying it. I was like, okay, this is very chill actually. It's a very chill thing for you to watch. I was expecting something more intense or more aggressive or more, I don't know, like Dragon Ball or Yu Yu Hakusho or something. But no, it's actually very chill. I sometimes leave an episode on my TV while I'm cooking, while I'm um, resting a little bit on the afternoon. It's a very chill show. Oh yes, and I'm also rewatching Senseiya: The Lost Canvas. But then I don't expect anyone in here to watch that because Senseiya is a very popular anime in Brazil and also in some other Latin America countries, but I don't expect it to be popular anywhere else. Yeah, it does have a very peaceful vibe. You never heard of it? I'm not surprised, but it's like my favorite anime. Yeah, I used to be a big fan of Senseiya as a kid. Senseiya. Um, Let me type it. I can't say it's good because it has aged or it aged a lot. So if people try to watch it today, they may not like it. But as a kid, yeah, that's it. But as a kid, I used to love it. But then there was this new season of it, but it's not that new anymore. There were other things that happened earlier than it. But they decided to revive or resurrect the show with this season called Sensei The Lost Canvas. It's so good! It's so damn good. But yeah, it's sad that they haven't finished it. They haven't finished the anime. They only have finished it on the manga. But it's so damn good that I was rewatching it. I was telling a friend, another Brazilian friend, that he should watch it because he also used it to watch Senseiya. So for Senseiya fans, it's a must watch. And then after telling him so much that he should watch it, I ended up rewatching it. So yeah, I'm also rewatching it. I'm almost finishing it. I actually have the mangas in here. I only have two of them. The main reason why I have these two mangas in particular is because let me give you a quick explanation about this anime, right? So, this anime is about gods that are fighting each other, especially Athena, because Athena is like the protector of Earth, and then she has to fight some other gods that try to conquer the Earth or to destroy the Earth and things like that. So she has to deal with Hades and Poseidon and some other villains as well. And the way that those fights happen is thanks to some knights or thanks to some I don't know, knights. It's the best name for them. Or they can also be called like saints. That's why the name is Saint Seiya. And those knights are based on constellations. Yeah, those knights are based on the constellations of the stars, and that's how they get their power. That's how they have their strength. So each knight is protected by a constellation. And to summarize things up, the reason why I have those two mangas in here is because they are about the arc of the character or the saint that is from Aquarius, the Aquarius constellation, which is my horoscope, which is my sign. And unfortunately, the anime that's on Netflix was canceled before they had this part that has my favorite saint, the Aquarius one, which is this guy. So I had to buy it because I really wanted to see what he would be doing in the plot. Plus, it's my freaking favorite of the show, so I gotta have it. So it makes me sad that they canceled the show before he could be important or be relevant for the plot. I still hope that someday they go back to the anime because it's so good. But the more the time passes by, the less hope I have, right? And it's been many years. It's been many years. They worked on other things. They have done other seasons. They have done other projects. But their biggest mistake was not returning to Lost Canvas. But yeah, anyways, that's a small talk about my favorite anime. Even though I don't know if I recommend it to people today because I think it has aged, so people may not like it. And I still like it because of nostalgia glasses, right? Hey, sorry, how's it going, man? Your computer died? Welcome back. You said Netflix stopped showing it? Yeah, exactly. That guy right there, the Aquarius Scent. Every night in this anime is protected by a constellation, and the strongest ones are from the 12 zodiac signs or 12 horoscope signs. And that's the Aquarius one, that's the one of my sign. So I bought the mangas because I wanted to read what was his plot in the or what was his importance on the plot, right? Because the show was cancelled before I could see it. He looks cool. Yeah, the other one has the Scorpio Saint. This one. Another good thing about this season, The Lost Canvas, is that every important saint, like those 12 ones from the horoscope, every one of them is important. Like every one of them, they do something major for the plot, which doesn't happen in the original. In the original, there were some knights or some saints that yes, Virgo is in the show. Yes, Virgo is in the show. I would even say that he's one of the earliest ones to be revealed, or early ones to be revealed. So he's in the show, yes. And every single one of them, they do something major to the plot. Like every one of them is super important. They are not like worthless, which is great because in the original, the one that I watched as a kid, some of them were not that important. Some of them were weaker than others. Um, some of them could even make you feel bad for being from that sign. One example was Pisces and Cancer. Yeah, those two saints or those two knights, they were not that great in comparison to the other ones. So some people use it to have like some problems with that because oh man, I'm from this sign, but the saint of my sign is not that great or he's not that good. But no, in Lost Canvas, every single one is important. Everyone does some amazing job to defend the Earth and to protect everyone. That's actually very impressive. Like everyone is epic. Every arc of the Gold Saints, that's how those 12 ones are called. It's epic. Sorry, this park is a very messed up park, but we were able to fix things up in here. When we started, It was completely destroyed, dirty, and messed up. And then we are trying to resurrect it. The objective is not too bad. As you can see, it's just 1,200 guests. And now that we have the shuttle loop, it's back finally. Plus the go karts, we have been getting some money, and I'm trying to finish this low one. But yeah, the first year was basically fixing the paths and building the lampposts again and the benches and litter bins. One thing that impressed me a lot in here was that they used the roller coaster as a decoration. I thought this was amazing. I don't remember ever seeing this before. The phantom is a decoration of this park. You would finish it. There is also another one. There is this in here. That's like a cycle railway, but it's not completed. I kind of don't want to finish them because I love how they are looking like. And there is also this. The wooden coaster you try to finish. The easiest one to finish is this one for sure. Yeah, the rail is not too important. Oh, by the way, I just remembered. I wanted to build a third food plaza, right? That's the first one, that's the second one, the third one needs to be here. Let's build it right here. You have always been fond of wooden coasters. They are very good coasters. I have to agree with you on that. Yeah, they are expensive, but they are really good. They are going to give you a lot of park value, and you can really charge them up. Like, people will go to them even if they are very expensive. And they look great as well. But yes, you do need to have some funds in order to build one of those. The steel ones are cheaper, they are more simple. I'm not paying that much to go and find saucers. But you should see how this park was looking when we started. It was a completely mess, man. Then Ferris wheel, scrambled eggs. Speaking about that, I should save the game because I totally forgot to save the game. And I think things are looking good right now. So I don't want to replay or to lose this progress. Wooden coasters have a classic look that you enjoy. I agree. They look like normal roller coasters, right? Where are the scrambled eggs? I don't know where they are. What else can I do? Oh, the circus, the space rings, and the spiral slide. Okay, we do have a lot of things to do. Cannot destroy tree. The tree is on the way. We can destroy the tree. In this park, we can. Did I get the boat hire? Not yet. I'm waiting for the boat hire for this entire time because this is a very good place to have it. Eventually they're going to complain about the prices, but it's fine. Scrambled eggs, I fixed that. They are still complaining? Oh, the roller drop? Okay, let me build this. This map was actually the opposite. This map started without food. So I changed my research to get a food stall, and we got the hot dog stall. People are thirsty here? I have 3 drink stalls. Maybe I can have another one down there, but it's close to those stalls down there as well, so plus it's raining, so just open your mouth and drink the free sky water. That almost sounds like another alternative Star Wars character like Luke Skywalker. It's like the water type version of Luke Skywalker. Maybe I'm thinking too much on Pokemon because of the Pokemon Direct. You don't like Pokemon. Do you like Pokemon, sorry? Maybe the Direct was not too exciting for you. Filtered by nature itself, water in its purest form, sky water. I think it's so weird that when you want to buy water, they charge you so much for it. There are some places in here that it's so expensive for you to buy water. I think it's so weird. Because it's one thing that sometimes you can find it for free depending on where you are. But then at the other times it's so freaking expensive. It's not worth paying for it. I wish you could drink water anywhere you go in here. There are some laws, but unfortunately it doesn't really happen everywhere. And if it happens, then they may not give you a very good quality water. But I don't understand why it's so expensive to buy it, I don't know, in the supermarket, for example. Because it's basically, I don't know, you should be only paying for the bottle itself. And then, of course, the water had some treatment, it had some processes, but it shouldn't be that expensive. It's so crazy. You love old school Pokemon, but you haven't tried one since Black and White. To be honest, Black and White was not good, in my opinion. Black and White was my least favorite one. There are some people that say it was like their favorite. Black White was not my favorite. It was my least favorite. And after it, it was um, Gen 3's Hoenn. Yeah. But I have been liking Hoenn more today than before. I hope you can try it again, sorry. I was talking about Pokemon with some people that stopped by here today, and some people are in even a worse situation than you. Early and pilots they stopped playing Pokemon in the first generation, but pilot seems to be looking forward to play Pokemon Sword and Shield, so I'm happy for him. Early, I don't know if he's going to be playing it, but I hope he goes back to Pokemon and give it a shot. And then you too, sorry. Black and White was the first time you ever played the game, so it may be your favorite, right? Have you played other games before? Not before, right? After playing Black and White? Black and White was not my favorite. I do like many Pokemon on it, especially because they had many Dark types. Dark types are my favorite. But I was not a big fan of the region. Your favorite was Pokemon Y? There we go. Pokemon Y and X and Y, right? Those games, they were a bit underrated in my opinion. I can understand what people criticize about them. People say that, oh, it's such a short game, or the rivals are not too interesting, or the plot's boring, the evil team sucks. But the graphics were awesome and they were impactful. And the multiplayer was super fun to play online. It was like the best system ever for you to play online, because in Pokemon Sun and Moon they messed it up with it. And then I also loved many music in the game as well. The new Pokemon were also great. They brought a new type. They brought a new evolution. The Mega Evolutions were also great in my opinion. Pokemon X and Y was the game that I played the most. And I understand the things that people say regarding the plot. The plot's not too interesting, or it's boring, or the rivals are your friends. I get that. But the real fun of Pokemon X and Y was the multiplayer. I played that online mode so much. It was so fun to have um, random battles with strangers and those four people battles as well. And things worked great. Like the online system was simple and easy for you to call strangers to battle or to trade. It was such a good time. So to me, X and Y was great because of that. Like not only because of the game itself, because the game itself could not be that great, but the hype that was going on by that time, it was awesome. You like the cards more than the game though, but you don't play the Pokemon TCG game anymore, right, Suri? And by the way, that reminds me of something. I still need to beat the Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy Color. I still want to beat that game. I don't think I was able to beat it. I remember going to the Elite Four of that game, but I don't remember beating them. I only remember getting wrecked by Moltres in that freaking Elite Four challenge. So someday I will go back to more Pokemon games, because I could only play one game on stream so far. It was Pokemon Ranger, and it's been a long time. And the stream were so bad. They were so bad. The streams were so bad by that time because it had no quality. But I need to go back to Pokemon. I do want to play some of those Pokemon games, and I need to beat some of them as well. For example, sorry, that game that Draco was playing in one of his streams, Pokemon Puzzle League. I still need to beat that game as well. Especially the one for Game Boy Color, which was the one that I played more times as a kid. The one for Nintendo 64 I played just a little bit, but the one for GBC I want to beat that game because I remember playing it. Pokemon Stadium as well. I have never completed Pokemon Stadium. And then there are also those other games that came later. Pokemon Colosseum, Pokemon XD. I need to play those too. The best value park in the country. And I can finally finish this low one. You were the only kid with Digimon cards? Digimon cards? I don't want to play Digimon games. Have you played Digimon games? Subaru wants me to play the first one, Digimon World for PS1. He says it's a great game. I don't remember Digimon cards. I do remember maybe some fake ones that you could get them by buying some potato chips or stuff, but not like official cards. You have played Digimon World? Everyone says it's a great game. I do want to play it. I think I have seen small grasps of it because I remember having some friends in the past that they used to like that game too. And then by one day that I stopped by their homes, they were playing it, but I never played it myself. You played the second and the fourth one, but were they all for PS1? Probably I won't be able to come up with those games this year, but it's definitely something for me to consider maybe next year. Me too, sorry, me too, man. Everyone in here says it's a great game. And I do like Digimon. I may not like Digimon as I like Pokemon, but I used to watch the show. I used to watch the TV show. I watched it until the fourth season, so I spent a long time watching it. Yeah, me too, man. Oh, you think that 4 was for PS2? Yeah, probably. But then that one I would have more trouble to play it on stream because I don't know if my computer would be able to handle the game very well. I would need to do some testings. But if so, then the three first ones for PS1 I can try to stream. So how are things in here? It's May, we do have time, we're almost there, we are good. Yeah, I will definitely try to play at least the first one to see how is the game like. But from what everyone says, I see no reasons for me to not like it. You know another one that I would also like to beat someday that I could never beat? The Yu-Gi-Oh game for GBA. I believe it was called Yu-Gi-Oh! Worldwide Edition. That was the Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. Is my voice back? It is. That was the Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that I played the most. And I remember getting super close to beat it, but I couldn't. There was like a final dungeon that you need to beat Merrick, Ishtar, and then I could never finish that dungeon. And I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I still play Yu-Gi-Oh! Even today. I love playing it on my mobile because there is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Later tonight I'll be playing it. Go-karts, haunted house, scrambled eggs. You want a brutal Yu-Gi-Oh game? Try Forbidden Memories for PS1. That's one that I could play too. I have never played it. You'd like to see that? You always collect the cards, but you never knew how to really play. You try to play like the show, but it is kind of like the show. I do play Duel Links. Wait, what's the old man? Sorry, I do play Duel Links. Yeah, I think it is good. It only pisses me off that after my after I had to format my cell phone, I lost all my progress in the game because I was thinking that Google Play would save my game in there, but they don't. So I needed to have like I needed to wrote down. Wait, yeah, I needed to write down. Okay, I needed to write it down like the code of my username and account and stuff, so I could use that code back to when I reinstalled it, or to back to when I reinstall it. Nope, I didn't have the code, so I couldn't get my account back, so I had to restart the whole game from zero. But then today I'm already kind of back to where I was. Of course, not really, but I can still enjoy the game with the new cards I got, so it's fine. If I want a good Yu-Gi-Oh game, try do a list of the roses. Wait, it's not really Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's so fun. What? Is it a fan game? You try to summon Gaia the first night without sacrificing, but actually there is a card of him that you can summon without sacrificing. It depends on which version of the card you have. There are so many different cards of him, and there is one that you can summon him without sacrificing, but he will have an attack drop. Yeah, his attack's going to be dropped to 1900. It won't be 2400 anymore. But you can summon him without sacrificing. But yes, if you think about the first TV show and the first TV season, the rules they got more important. And then in the TV show, they allow many things to happen, right? That are not really official. It is hard to explain. It's official for PS2. Oh yeah, Pot of Greed was banned. That's true. Now you have. I can actually show it to you because I do have my Dual Links app in here. Now they have something that's like a shard of the Pot of the Greed. Wait, it's like shards of Pot of Greed that you need to wait for 2 turns in order to buy the 2 cards or to draw the 2 cards. There is still a one way for you to use the Pot of Greed card though, but you need to set an ability to your character. Now in Duel Links you can also give your characters abilities, and one of the abilities is using that card. It's using Pot of Greed. You are going to reinstall Duel Links, sorry? We should play sometime. I don't know how to do it. I never tried to play Duel Links with a friend, but we could try someday for sure. Let me check the decks. Yeah, it's this card. It's like a shard of greed, right? So you set this card, you wait for 2 turns, and then you'll be able to buy the 2 cards. And by the way, we got to the objectives goal, so basically we only need to wait until it's October. But I will still do some more things on the park. And the Gaia card that I was talking about, let me see if I have it in here. Welcome back, Bellius. We're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Do you like Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh, that answers it. Duelist of the Roses is amazing. I guess I need to try it. This is the Gaia card that you can summon without sacrificing. It is an effect card. The cards that have this brownish or reddish color, they have some special effects down there. So this Gaia, you can summon him without sacrificing, but he's going to have a drop in his attack and in his defense. But he's a very good card. I even have 3 of them on my deck right there. This is actually the deck that I use it to play the most with because it's a warriors based deck. When I was playing this game, I used it to prefer building a deck of warriors, but today I have been playing with some other cards as well. And the one that I have been playing the most actually are with some stone kick cards, right? Stone cards. And yeah, I have been playing with this deck of stone cards. If I have tried Legacy of the Duelist, I need to play more Yu-Gi-Oh games. The only one I was addicted to was Worldwide Edition. I still need to go to those other Yu-Gi-Oh games. Gladiator Beasts? Oh my god, Bellius, those are so OP. Those are so OP, man. They are freaking OP. If they attack, you can change the card to another one in your deck, and then you can use a new ability or a new effect that can messes up with your opponents. They are so hard for you to defeat. But yeah, this other deck of mine is only with stone cards, and it's based on Valkyrian, right? Where is Valkyrian? Oh, he's right there. The magnetic hero, right? So basically, this deck has Alpha, Beta, and Gamma down there. Those are classic cards from the anime, and also Delta, which is this guy. I have been playing with this deck the most. It's one of the decks that I have more fun playing with, especially because it has a mechanic of discarding some of your cards from your graveyard, or maybe I should say removing them from the game. There we go. Removing your graveyard monsters from the game, and by doing that, it allows you to make some special summons. So I can get so many opponents by surprise when I'm doing that. Like the person thinks, "Oh, I destroyed all of your monsters. Now you have nothing," and then I ban my monsters from my graveyard, and then I summon some very crazy shit in the duel. It's priceless. It's super good. So I really like that deck because it allows me to keep fighting when things are not looking that great, like when all my monsters were destroyed. It's like there is still it's like my there is still hope deck. Yeah, it's my there is still hope deck. And the monsters that I can summon by doing that are very strong. Besides Valkyrian, which is a classic card, there are two other cards that are very strong. One of the cards, it gets 700 points of attack and defense per monster that I decide to ban on my graveyard. So basically, it gets infinite attack or defense depending on how many monsters are on my graveyard. And the other one, I need to ban two monsters. I'm not kidding. I can suddenly come up with a monster that has like 5,000 attack in one single turn by only banning my cards from the graveyard. I kind of keep feeding my graveyard with them, so then I use that card and then the person cries, right? The opponent cries. And the other one, I ban two monsters from the graveyard, and every turn I need to keep banning one, so he can still be on the game on the board. Otherwise, he needs to go to the graveyard too. He's destroyed. But what he does, he halves the amount of attack and defense of any monster he fights against. So basically, I don't care what you're sending against me. When you are fighting this guy, your attack is going to be halved, your defense is going to be halved. So he's OP. Like, he can destroy a lot of things. And I can easily summon him by banning two of my cards of my graveyard. So basically, I love that deck. It's so good, but even though it's full of those strong monsters, sometimes it takes time for me to come up with those strategies, because some people have decks that they work faster than mine. So I still get beaten up many times. Sometimes I don't have like enough monsters on my graveyard, and another person already has like the ultimate dragon, rainbow colored eyes dragon, and then he's destroying me while I'm still like feeding my graveyard with some monsters. So yeah, I still lose a lot because some people have some crazy fast decks that you are blinking and then you're dead. Basically, it's like that. But when I have time, when the person is also building strategies up, I can surprise the person a lot. Also because I don't see people using those cards, the ones that I use that much. So it surprises me a lot that sometimes I use a very OP trap card. It's super OP. It's serious. It's very OP, and then the person commits the same mistake every time that the person sees the trap card there. Especially when it's like one of those cards that they stay on the game forever. They are not like one turn used card. They are cards that will remain on the game. And then a person attacks me, the trap card that activates, and then the person attacks me again. But hey, the trap card is still in there. It didn't lose its effect, and then the person commits another mistake. So I get shocked that people don't know those cards that I'm using in there, which helps me out a lot. But I don't understand how people don't use those cards. And by the way, I need to go back on the chat because I was chatting in here. I was too excited, but I lost the chat. So let me just take a quick look on the game to see if everything's alright. They're not paying for Haunted House and Scrambled Eggs. Yeah, is it anything else? No, it's only those two. Okay, so Haunted House, 10 cents. And the Scrambled Eggs, it's for free now. It's okay because we have a very expensive admission price of $30. Okay, let me go to the chat now. Yes, Bellius, do you also play Duel Links? I love Duel Links. You got it? Yeah, me too, man. It's hard to explain compared to OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, we have many new mechanics, we have new cards, we have new decks, but it's super fun. The the core is still the same, but there are so many new things going on in the fight, like the new effects of the monsters and stuff, that it's kind of hard for you to get used to them, and you can get surprised many times. But it's still very fun. Although some cards are really broken, in my opinion. Some decks are super broken. So sometimes I start dueling somebody in there, and I already know that I'm going to lose. Like, oh, that's the deck that you have, so I'm not winning because your deck is so broken and I have no chance to fight against it. Some cards that barely got any to no play in the TCG are getting play in Duel Links. Yeah, and Belias is addicted to a very OP deck in there, Gladiator Beasts. Those cards are super strong. Imagine playing Amazon and winning, am I right? Wait, playing Amazon? You wanna say chess but Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but that's not right either. Have you tried Legacy of the Duelist? I haven't. It's on Steam. It's on Steam? That's good to know. I can add it to my wish list. I will actually do it after the stream. Gladiator Beast Dimi Carry, I know him. Wait, are our paths dirty? Okay, I'll need to check that out later. But I know which card Belias is talking about. It's a very OP one. I hate the green card Belias. I don't know his name, but it's the guy that destroys a magic card on the field or on the board. I hate him so much. It's a green flying gladiator beast. Yeah, Valkyrian. Valkyrian was the one of the trump cards. Hopefully that's correct. One of the trump cards of my Stone Monsters deck. But he's not the strongest one. The strongest one is the one that halves the attack of the other monsters. You need to hook up your PS3 and play Duelist of the Roses again. We are so tempted to speedrun it honestly. Hit him hit him with the Grave Robber. Oh, but the Grave Robber is such a kind of bad card in Duel Links in my opinion. I wish he was easy to use in normal duels, but I think he's not that good in Duel Links because it requires a lot of effort for you to make it work and really help you. But in the anime, he always worked correctly and without any problems, right? Keep reading up on Legacy of the Duelist, and it's a buy. You just need some more money first. Oh my god, Belios, the freaking six samurai monsters. No! Belios knows all the freaking OP cards in there. So what you're saying, I need Mirror Force or Magic Cylinder to defeat me? Actually, Mirror Force is another card that's banned. I'm pretty sure Mirror Force is banned. Magic Cylinder may also be. I don't remember seeing people using it. Widespread Ruin and Wall of D are great back row cards. I'm not sure if I identify them by their English names because my game is in Portuguese. I love Jinzo. Yes, Jinzo is in Duel Links, and there are even more variations of him. There are new Jinjo, not Jinjos. Jinjos is from Banjo Kazooie. There are new Jinjos, new versions of him with new variations and new effects, and stronger ones as well. Yeah, he's still OP in my opinion. He may not be as OP as before, but he can still cause a lot of trouble. He's a common card. I still see people using him. Blinking and dying is not too bad. In the TCG, you go for a nap and wake up an hour later, and your foe is still setting up their board. Oh my god. I've lost the contest of few messages. Yes, that's why I returned there. Sorry, there is this video of this guy playing a Yu-Gi-Oh game and his opponent spends like most of the video summoning powerful monsters and he's shuffling and rings repeats and the guy making the video disrupts the cycle and the guy leaves. Actually, Gabriel, I think it was Gabriel that told me that that game, that other card game that's very popular, Hearthstone, is not possible to be played in real life because of all of this shuffling, because of all of this preparation. According to him, it's not possible to be played in real life because it's so slow and it only works for PC, like to play it online. But I have never played Hearthstone before. Wait, Duelist of the Roses is kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh using cards to play chess? I don't know if I really understand that. But there are some other games, yeah, there are some other Yu-Gi-Oh games. For example, there used to be that dungeon crawler Yu-Gi-Oh game that you needed to. It's like the monsters of the dice. I don't know the name for them in English, but there is even that character, Duke Devlin or something, and there is actually a game that follows Dungeon Dice Monsters. Yes, there is a game for that. There is a GBA game for that. So if you're telling me that there is a chess version of Yu-Gi-Oh, I believe on it because there are other Yu-Gi-Oh themed games out there. The GBA game for that is so bad though. I remember trying to play it. It was in the anime too, yes. Monster Reborn, Black Hole, Change of Heart, Reijeki, Mirror Force, Heart. Oh yeah, the Heart piece, the Feather Dust. Uh, it's not in the game. I don't remember seeing it. The Magical Cylinder, they are all banned via normal play cards, but there are some duelist skills, yeah. Also the Pot of Greed. I have seen people using the Pot of Greed thanks to the duelist skill. You liked it in the anime, they tried the game for like an hour and knocked out, and never looked back. Yeah, they have banned many of the OG cards, which is funny because it's kind of like the opposite of what happened in Pokemon. In the Pokemon trading card game, the OG cards are trash today. And in Yu-Gi-Oh, the OG cards were the good ones. That's kind of crazy. I also need to say that it's strange that they banned those cards, but today they keep making new cards that are so OP or they are even worse than those ones that were banned. So honestly, it makes no sense to me that they decided to ban those cards. And by the way, how do I have so much money? How could I get so much money here? I was only chatting. I want to get off. Ferris wheel is back, sorry. The people that are trapped. Oh, this guy could make it. But people are trapped again in our forever lasting rides. And we are getting many awards. I'm not doing anything in here. Although maybe I should hire a new mechanic because both of them are busy. Oh, and they are complaining about go-karts? Are they? Yes, they are. But you guys were talking about many different Yu-Gi-Oh games, but nobody told me if you guys have ever played the one I played, Worldwide Edition. Is there anyone in here that played Worldwide Edition? Because that's the one that I really want to beat. Belius did? There we go. Could you beat it, Belius? I love that game. Yes, Toon World is viable. Toon World is viable. That um, monster that Pegasus summons in the anime that has like an Illuminati eye. He's also viable. I actually fought a deck yesterday before going to bed that used that on me and I lost because he took my only monster. So those cards are there. The Thousand Eyes Restrict. Then I'm not sure if that's his name. I actually don't think it is that one. Oh, you couldn't beat it too, Belius? You played Worldwide, but it's very similar to the other GBA games, you think? There was a slew of GBA games that were all quite similar. And hey, Ghost, how's it going? Welcome. Ghost, do you like Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh, this card. This card. This one, Winter. This is the card that destroyed me yesterday. Oh yes, I have been playing roller coaster on Fridays, and you got it right in time because we may be playing this for I believe more half hour, since the year is almost over. But don't worry, because this level has been chill. That's why I have been chatting so much in here with everyone, because the objective was easy. We are past that, and we have tons of money. So even if a tragedy happens, we are good. He looks like Thousand Eyes. I don't know his name in English, but that's the guy. That's the monster that I remember him in the anime, and he beat me yesterday because of his effect. When he's summoned, he takes control of one of your cards, or actually, I should say, one of your monsters. And once he did that, I didn't have other monsters on my side. So basically, he had free space to hit my life points, and then I lost. Oh, relinquished? Relinquished. Okay, relinquished. Yeah, in Portuguese his name is renunciado. Yeah, he's the renunciado. Relinquished. But there are many cards in there that were famous and popular in the TV show. Although some of them are banned. I need to remember that You guys said that there is a Yu-Gi-Oh game for Steam, right? I need to find it. I also think that if I ever try to stream Yu-Gi-Oh games, they may take some time because I would need to duel a lot, and dueling is um, takes a lot of time. It's not that fast, or some duels can be long. So maybe I would need to be playing that game, for example, on Fridays. We play a level of RollerCoaster Tycoon, and then we play a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh afterwards, because it's like a game that will take a lot of time, and it's like a long-term project as well. So I think it would fit better like today, Friday. The monster you were talking about is a fusion of him and the Thousand Eyes Idol. That's why they look similar. I don't remember ever seeing that fusion in Duel Links. So I think the Thousand Eyes monster you're saying, I think he's not in there. But to summon the Relinquished, you need to use a ritual card. From time to time, they give us new characters. They give us some new cards, even some cards that are from the old times of the TV show that were not yet released. But also, it's important for me to mention that they even have the characters from the other Yu-Gi-Oh seasons, like Yu-Gi-Oh 5D and Yu-Gi-Oh GX. Is that how it's called? I'm not sure. But they also have those other two universes in Duel Links with new cards, new characters, new mechanics. So it's a huge mix of everything Yu-Gi-Oh. For example, I have never watched Yu-Gi-Oh 5D or Yu-Gi-Oh DX, but I learned a bit because of Duel Links and the characters that are in there and the cards that they use. There are also some events, and those events are pretty much based on the TV show, and some of them even have some lore about the TV show. So even though I have never watched them, I learned a lot about those other Yu-Gi-Oh seasons. And by the way, I was also watching Yu-Gi-Oh on Netflix because I always wanted to finish watching Yu-Gi-Oh so I could see how things would end. But to be honest, I'm so disappointed. It's so boring. Like the final arc is so boring. They made such a mystery about who's Yugi and what's going on with the uh, how is that called in English? Puzzle relic? I'm not sure. Millennium puzzle, maybe Millennium puzzle. They did such a mystery about that. I don't know. I'm very disappointed and not excited to the end. Like it's been so boring. You stopped watching Yu-Gi-Oh after season 4. I don't know which one was season 4, but honestly, the TV show gets worse and worse and worse. And the final one now is super worse. It's like it's been so bad. I was expecting something way more interesting or way cooler. Oh my god, Caustic Winter, you need to go back. Okay, you stopped way earlier. Way earlier. No, the TV show is still interesting for a bit more after than that, but the end has been very depressing. It was the season with the three god cards. Oh, okay, yeah. Until that season, the TV show was good. And then after that, they started another thing with dragon cards, which was also good in my opinion. But the end of it was bad. But the it was like the whole thing was good, but the ending. And then after it, it's trash. It's like super bad. That sounds awesome then. I mean, I think it's still good a little bit after that, but it gets worse, yeah. But I will finish it. I will finish it because I want to see how it's going to end, but it has not been interesting. I prefer watching other things instead of keep going with it. And then sometimes when I'm doing something very distracting, like I don't know, cleaning my house or washing the dishes, then I leave the episode airing on TV and then I keep listening to it. But I'm not dedicating my attention 100% to the episode, because it's not interesting. I leave it in there just for me to follow some plot details, but I'm not watching it. But hey, at least it has an ending, right? At least it has an ending. It could have been worse, I guess. And by the way, since we got the pizza stall right there, I'm feeling hungry again. Oh my god. I'm craving for pizza. But I won't buy it because now it's also late in here. I could because the pizza place would still be open, but it's not worth buying it right now. It's 10:30 p.m. in here. I know, Ghost. We were talking about pizza earlier. But I will focus on omelette. That's what I'm going to have later. Or tapioca, but not pizza. You guys can have pizza. Have that for me. Enjoy it for me. But today I won't buy it. It's no. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Because I may buy something tomorrow. I was not planning it to be pizza, but not today. But I can't do anything else in here, can I? I could, but I don't need to. Everything is looking so right. Oh wait, we can do this. This is easy to do. Oh, but I used all that area. By the way, Ghost, I have been enjoying Tales of Symphonia a lot. We are about to have Rockefeller money. I'm not sure what's a Rockefeller money. I have seen the word before, but I'm not sure what it means. Oh, I'm making too much money? Yeah, right? And I don't have anything. I mean, I do have two things, but they are not that great. It's just this and the go karts. But you know what's making us money? It's this actually. Yeah, it's this. It's not my rides. It's the admission price. Now you know why zoos and amusement parks charge you so much for food and drinks. It's because of this game. Do they? Is it very expensive for you to buy food and drinks in amusement parks in there? To be honest, depending on the amusement park, everything is expensive. The admission price, the rides, and the foods and drinks, right? And also the souvenirs. Rockefeller was once the richest family in the US. Also, that's what it is about? I think I have seen that word before thanks to a song. I believe there was a song that had that word in its name. But I never asked myself what it was about. I always thought maybe that because it was a song and because rock is like a genre, so it was called Rock Fella, like it's rock my fella, you know, and then it's about music, like my other music fans, my fellas, but it's about a family then. It is expensive over here. Yes, I was also talking about that. I don't understand why water can be so expensive in here either. I went to a zoo a few years ago. A bottle of water should be 1 to 1 50 cents dollars, but they charge $3 for bottled water. That sucks. You can see the mix up. Yeah, I never stopped to think about what's this word, but it's because of a family. If you're going to charge me so much for water, that better be some good pure holy water. I agree, but let me see. 1 and 50 cents dollars. That's, oh my god. Yeah, that's very expensive for water. That's almost 6 or 7 reais. That's a lot. Rockefeller was their last name, but today they are not the richest family, right? That's like something that happened way back then in the past. I'm guessing because I don't see that word today. Like if they were still a thing, people would still be talking about them. But it is really insane that there are places you can easily drink water for free and places that you need to pay a lot of money for it. It's so weird. I can understand that some countries may have bigger problems for them to have water, especially if it is a very dry country or a dry region. But in here, I don't think it makes sense. Like, we have a lot of water, and there are so many places you can drink it for free. You just need to go to a public place like a museum or an university or even a shopping mall. Oh, really? The family that runs Walmart is the richest? We do have Walmarts in Brazil. It's something kind of recent. I would say maybe 10 to 20 years that Walmart came here, but I'm not sure. Maybe it has been longer than that. But in my reality, I think it was something around 20 years or maybe 10 years ago. Maybe 10 years ago, actually, or 15. It's not exactly trustworthy, I see. So this is it, guys. We are in the final year, and final month. We did it easily. When we started this year, I was not expecting things to look this great, but thankfully it looked like this because I was very distracted by chatting, which is also alright. But yes, this was not a very hard level. The hardest thing for me to do here was the very beginning because I had to update everything in here since it was all destroyed and dirty. Yeah, maybe it is just speculation or rumor, but very easy park, which I appreciate for two reasons. First, because we were playing many hard levels in a row. Second, because today I had to start measuring an hour later, thanks to Twitch having a problem about the chat. Twitch was having. I don't know what Twitch was having, but the chat was not working. So then I was waiting for the chat to be fixed before starting the stream. But then I will be able to finish this easily and then move on to Transistor, which I'm also hoping that will be. Maybe I will have some struggle because the final challenges left for me in there to beat are hard ones, but they are few ones. Like there are only 4 levels, I think, or 4 challenges. So I'm hoping that it won't take me a long time to complete them. Maybe 2 to 3 hours, hopefully. Maybe even less than that, depending on how well I play the game. So, are you guys excited for E3? Is there anything in there that you guys want to see some more news? Or do you think that's going to be a game to be revealed in there? You know what? I think that I will finally get my Rayman game because I have been expecting a new Rayman game for so long that hopefully this is going to be it. Hopefully Ubisoft is going to give me my next Rayman game. You're hyped for Borderlands 3? I have never played Borderlands, but I remember that maybe it has been a while, I can't remember when it happened, but I remember a huge sale that happened with Borderlands games on Steam. And it was a huge sale. Like a lot of things were on sale. I don't remember when anymore, but I remember getting some notifications about that sale. And then a friend of mine, Gabriel, he bought Borderlands because of that sale. Like everything was on sale on that freaking day. The DLCs, the games, the music, and it was like a crazy sale. It was like 75% off, 90% off. It was insane. But I have never played it. I don't know if it would be a game that I would like to play myself. So I left it behind. But I still remember that crazy sale. It was insane. If you're saying that Borderlands 3 is coming up, maybe they're going to have another sale on this E3. Usually that's what they do. When they are announcing a new game, they put the other ones on sale. Yeah, I also think it may not be my game, not yet. I do have some plans on playing some things outside of my box, but that's a huge change. Like it's too much for me yet. I still need to play some other things, like Super Metroid, for example, that maybe will allow me to play Castlevania, but I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. I also need to play some other games like Star Fox. Some things that I usually don't try playing myself, but then going for Borderlands is definitely too much. I'm very far from that universe. But let's see, who knows? One thing is for sure, if they ever put Borderlands for free, I will get it because I get all the freebies. Right now, for example, there is a freebie going on in Epic Games. It's from a game that it's for a game that seems to be strategy. It seems to be a strategy game. Oh yes, definitely. I don't even know if I'm going to play it or like it, but I get it. Who knows? Maybe in the future I change my taste, and then I go for it. Like Halo Wars. Halo is another franchise that I don't understand too much. I have never played it, but no. It's I don't think it's like them. I think it's more like Civilization maybe, but it's a bit different because it is like 16-bit, so the graphics are 16 bits, and it's also it looks a little bit like linear, like 2D. So it's kind of interesting the approach they took for that game. I believe the game is called Kingdom. Yeah, Kingdom. And it's for free right now on Epic Games. They also have been giving away a game for free in every week. It used to be in every 2 weeks, but now it's in every week. So yeah, you gotta check that out. And it's a game that, even though it is medieval looking, even though it is a strategy game, I thought it was interesting. Like when I saw the pictures of it, it looked charming. I don't know when, but I could give it a shot. I really liked the 16 bits approach they gave to the game. Yeah, it's like a side scroller. That's it. It's like a 2D game, and it looks 16 bits as well. It looks charming and different for a strategy game. And there we go, we did it. I kind of was scared in here for a second because I didn't hear the clapping because I was zoomed out. So I was like, did I fail it? Because when you fail the objective, they don't make noises, right? But no, we did it. It's just because I was in this zoom. And this was a very good level, like it was, thank goodness, easy. It was scary at first because the whole park was looking horrible. But then the miracle happened and chill time for us. And sorry, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you, man, because you didn't know this. Oh, it's going to rain. Those balloons were a little bit not synced, right? I was expecting them to be more synced. So let me save. And with this, we are only missing 7 levels, I think. Fiasco Forest. I don't like that name because it sounds like it's going to be hard times. Although Rotting Heights was also a bad name for a level, and in the end it was easy, full of badly designed and dangerous rides, you have a very limited budget. Oh my god, limited budget and time to fix the problems and turn the park around. That's going to be bad news. Well, those are some bad news that I will need to be taking care of next Friday. You don't know how people would still go to amusement parks while it rains. Yeah, right. I remember talking about some things that Roller Coaster Tycoon games should have regarding weather mechanics and also season mechanics, but unfortunately, they are not that complicated to have those mechanics working. For example, when it's raining, I wish we could build some shelters, like some tents or some sort of shelter places that people could go to or they could ask for them or something. Also, when it's raining, people would stop buying ice creams because it's too cold, and they would prefer buying, I don't know, if there was ever a soup stall, for example, or a hot chocolate stall. That would be awesome, and then it would give some more variation to the game and even bring it closer to reality. Although the game is not like that, so sometimes the NPCs will make some dumb decisions that are not decisions people in real life would be making. But who knows someday? Let's hope that the franchise stays alive. And in Roller Coaster Tycoon, I don't know, 76, they have those things working on it. And then it feels closer to reality's logic. So, guys, that's going to be it for Roller Coaster. I will be still streaming tonight, but I will change the game to Transistor. I have finished Transistor, but I still want to finish the challenges of it because I'm almost doing it. It's only, I believe, 4 challenges left. Hard ones though, but let's go with all we got. And yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon is back next Friday, and tomorrow I'm back with Tales of Symphonia. So those that were here for Roller Coaster Tycoon, thank you so much. Those that may be here for Transistor, wait a little bit while I uh, change the setup in here and I prepare my computer for it. And then hopefully we can finally finish it, right? Because I was expecting to complete it last time, but then it was such a long stream and the challenges were never ending. But tonight, come on, let's finally finish those challenges. We finished the game, but not the challenges. Yeah, I will still try playing Transistor Man. I don't know if it is too late for you in there or if you need to go, but if you do, feel free to do it. But yeah, I will still be back with Transistor. Give me some 5 to 10 minutes. I will change things up and also go to the bathroom. And yeah, let's see how hard those challenges are going to be like. So thank you so much, everyone. And if I don't see you on Transistor, hopefully to see you soon. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. I don't know. But take care. Have a good night. And goodbye.